Everyone was asking who's going to beat the Panthers. They were smashing everyone. But then along come a raging, rampaging Bulldogs to absolutely wipe them off the map. The Bulldogs are back in the winner's circle. They defeated the high-flying Panthers soundly, right? The Broncos lost. The Eels got smashed. Oh, my God, they lost to the Titans, who usually get smashed themselves. And so much more scintillating, tantalizing information from round 6 of the NRL, all to be discussed today. I'm so excited. Let's get into it. But before we do that, I'm going to introduce my trusty co-hosts, Owen and Zaatar. Welcome, boys.
And 6.
Owen 6, is 6 your middle name or last name?
Last name.
No,
No,
middle
it's the
name.
middle name. It's always changing.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's always changing.
and is my middle name.
Oh, yeah.
And 6.
Oh, how you doing, boys?
I think
Very good, very
I
good.
think my
Bulldogs
last
won
name-
the premiership. We won it.
Might as well give it to us.
No, it's done.
that was
done.
performance of the year.
That was a great performance.
Yeah.
Performance of the year.
Told you, weekend starting 9:30 p.m.
You did
Thursday
say it.
night.
And we did
Called it.
say, look, we did tip the Bulldogs. We did say they were gonna be the best against the Panthers this year, and you know what? They blew us out of the water.
When the cameras weren't rolling, we were holding each other, just crying.
We were hugging each other and just in tears. But before we start glazing the Bulldogs, because that's all we're gonna do for the next 2 hours.
I tuned in live and you guys were beside yourselves. Wow.
What we are going to do right now is we're going to start with our segments. And mind you, this episode is brought to you by Equity Assets Finance. The team at Equity Assets Finance are the best for loans, both Sharia compliant and car loans, home loans, mortgage, business, whatever you need. Equity Asset Finance can help you, and they are the place to go. So if you do want a loan, please be sure to speak to Adnan and the team. Details will be in the description. Now, the first segment for the week is the Barry of the Week. I love this segment. It's quite funny. And every week there seems to be a stupid play or a stupid decision by an admin that we need to talk about. And there's a few this week that I want to talk about. But, you know, I'll start with you, Zaatar. I'll start from the furthest.
I'm just gonna ref bash for like 30 seconds. I think everyone's covered it, but everyone knows where I'm going with this. It's the Broncos Cowboys game. I felt like the refs were doing tit for tat. Scott Water jumps up for the ball, realizes he's not going to be able to get it, and turns around. Didn't play at the player. He literally just turned around, and got called out for it. And then it was a tit for tat with Shibasaki going in. Where was it? Maybe 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. Shibasaki fingernail or a handspan.
Not even, bro. It
Gets
was
involved.
ridiculous.
And I just felt like that was tit for tat. And I think everyone's left that weekend confused of what the disruptor actually means.
Man, you know what my pick is? They'll change the rules, but they'll change the rules like 3 times within a month or within a week.
And they'll say it's just clarifying the rule, but
Yeah,
really
for
they'll
me,
make
it's not even that. They won't even, they'll change it. I agree with you. They'll change
What
it.
was the
But
strip
they
in round
ref
one?
differently.
But it's
They'll
funny.
ref it differently.
But what was the strip in round one is no longer a strip.
Actually, do you know what? Can I?
Like, seriously.
My biggest thing is, why did they bring this rule in? Like, what was wrong with the way the contests were happening last year?
Yeah, did you see the 2 hands is no longer a thing?
Yeah, like,
In the Rooster Sharks game, Mark jumps up and bats it down with 1 hand.
isn't that a disruptor?
It was last week.
Yeah, but
It was the other 7
No, I'm
games.
saying last year we didn't have this rule. Why did they bring it in?
I have no
I
idea.
guarantee you, some fanboy of some club who something like that would work for him, and then players were using negative tactics to negate it, would have a bitch to the NRL, and then whoever's the fanboy on the NRL board of that club would then try to implement those changes. Same way, you know, you get the hate speech laws, some controversial laws passed through Parliament in certain states because they got affiliation with a certain country, a certain culture,
Yeah.
or controversial.
Dibbo's
or
got full
biased.
conspiracy mode.
It's no, honestly,
Do we
it'd
have
be
anything-
something like that.
Do we have any tinfoil hats?
No, honestly, it'd honestly be something like
No.
that.
Look, the thing is, it
There's
just
always something behind
it
it.
reeks like a rule by someone who's never actually kicked a footy before.
No, but
or jumped up for a footy
guarantee you,
before.
it'd be some certain club, certain tactic will work for him,
Yeah, back in my days
Players-
as a winger.
and then
Back in my
and
days
then-
as a winger, we used to jump up with 1
Bro,
hand. No
this guy,
issues.
2 weeks ago, it was a 7. Last week, it was a fullback. The week before them, it was a prop.
No,
now
I
he's a
hate
winger.
I know I'm being called out.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
It's a stupid rule. Look, to be honest, everyone's hating on this rule. The NRL needs to cop the heat on this one, and I reckon they just got to get rid of it. Just go back to.
I think Graham Anstey came out, I think it was yesterday, admitting that those disruptor calls were wrong, but the rule's going to persist.
Guarantee you, it's what I was saying earlier. Like certain tactics would have worked for him, clubs started using negative tactics.
Yeah,
to
but
negate
bro,
it.
the most favorable teams are the ones copying the bad calls. So like,
Yeah, but somebody's had a bitch to
You know what I
someone
mean?
on the NRL, and then somebody's a fanboy of that
Yeah,
club,
yeah,
and then
well-
I guarantee there's some sort of conspiracy always behind something.
why would you bring this stupid? Anyway,
Always, there's got to be something behind
yeah.
it.
It's the thing is like the obstruction rule. We sort of finally got it. We understand that we live with it. It is what it is. Everyone knows what an obstruction is
At least
now.
that's black and white.
Tell
to
us,
be honest.
it's now it's become black and white. When it first
Yeah.
started, it was a farce, right?
They finally,
The 6 again, no one likes the rule, but like,
it's overkill. It's not consistency.
yeah, but you sort of get that. But this one, why does it exist? Like, I don't understand the purpose of the rule. Like, I understand that.
Are they
No,
trying
actually,
to make
don't
it safer
understand
for
the
the catcher to jump up and have a better contest at the ball? I don't get it.
How is this more dangerous than this?
I
Or
have no
safer
idea.
than this? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, so that's your Barry,
Yeah.
right? What's your Barry of the week?
Some reffing clangers. Obviously, you know what you were talking about with Robert Toyer going up and barely nicking the player with 2 hands, and all of a sudden, what kind of challenge for the ball in the air, and you know it was a misread. But another one, for example, the 6 again calls. There's footage, for example, the Dragons players on the big fella from Manly,
Leafa.
Leafa. Look at the footage, half a second, and he ruled, oh, that's 6 again. I've watched the footage again on 2 separate tackles, each one about half a second. Players barely laid on him. Like, how quickly do you want him to get off? It's yeah. There's nothing clear cut as to what is a 6 again in terms of ruck infringements and
That's my biggest
like
Yeah.
you know, if you're saying, or if you held on for more than 2 or 3 seconds, yeah. I've seen players holding on for about 4 seconds or so, and the refs let it go. Half a second.
Even in
Half
the
a
Dogs game,
second.
and we'll
That was
probably get into
insane.
it. In the Dogs game, our play the ball speed was 3.5 seconds, right? Penrith.
No, not to play
Was-
the ball. How long you're on top of the
Yeah, but
player.
that's all dictated by the ref.
Yeah.
But that was insane. Like, I sent you guys the footage. I don't know if you saw it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
remember
No,
seeing-
we did.
You see
Yeah.
it, half a second. That was insane.
What do you mean? Against the Bulldogs game, he called the 6 again because Bailey Hayward was offside.
Yeah.
The shot shows Bailey Hayward behind the ref, and I was just like, "What was that for?" Like, whatever. I don't
See,
really care.
this was my contention when they first called the rule.
Are they just
That is so
guessing?
subjective.
Yeah.
Like this offside stuff, like that Bailey Hayward one, I didn't pick up on it until after, like when the footage came out. And it's literally because the ref wouldn't have been paying attention and just can't believe someone sprinted that quick. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where do these touches come in? Like, what are they there for?
Honestly,
Oh,
the-
they're
Like,
decorations.
for years now, I've been saying, like, the ref cops the flack, but what's the purpose
yeah,
of
yeah.
2 men on the
I'm
end?
with ya. They
Like,
don't even
their
call
eye-
for
their-
passes, but there were games. There was
Their eyes are painted on. Honestly, their eyes
the
are painted
Broncos
on.
game. The
Bruh.
Broncos game.
But you know what they are? They're like the sideline refs are like roving garden gnomes. Like that's all they are. Like the decoration. They don't actually. They have no utility.
Like, you know, in soccer, you got one linesman and he only goes to the 50, the other one takes the other half.
Yeah.
And, like, their job's to infringements, offsides, and they do, like, you know, do a decent job. They've got the VAR to back them up. But more often than not, they get it right than wrong. Here, like, the touches miss everything.
Yeah.
Like, even last week, remember when Reece Walsh made
Yeah.
that massive break? And it's like he's screaming and screaming and he's not raising up his flag. It's like he's hoping, you know, each one was subjective or like,
Yeah.
within it, like millimeters of whether he went out or not. Because a lot of times they probably would have missed it and it would have been a try. And it's like he was dying or hoping for him to go clear cut out. And after like 3 or 4 missed tackles, and he kept streaming down, and then he finally puts his flag up. So what, you
Yeah.
let him run about 30, 40 meters?
Yeah, but you already saw that it was out. Like you could see from the front angle, like if you want to call it out, it's there for you to call it out. You could let it go, and everyone will just be like, "You're an
Like,
idiot."
you know,
But
in the end, he's like, oh, I better just put up my flag.
it was ridiculous.
You know, it's just like, what's their job? No, they don't know how to call forward passes. They don't know how to advise the ref on who's left earlier, who's actually not offside. Nothing. They can't even tell them about ruck infringements. Nothing.
Yeah, there's got to be
Honestly.
a better way to communicate what the hell is going
Like,
on.
they can't even tell him what's a knock on. Like, it's insane.
It is. My barrier of the week goes to Gerald Skelton.
Oh,
my God.
congrats. What did he do?
They got the ball, ran back, got the ball, and he tried to throw it back. I think it was to Dream Bull or whatever. Threw it straight into Fletcher Sharp's hands. Scores.
You reckon you got a try assist for that in Supercoach? Because, like at that point, like you just take the tackle, right? Like you're
How
in
much
the in
is that?
goal.
10 points?
Bro, for that, he's got to get 50, bro. That's minus 10. That's horrible, man. Like that was pretty bad. The other one is it's not really a barrier of the week, but it's something I want to call out. Craig Bellamy giving Joe Chan a piece of his mind.
Love
he
it.
hooked him.
Love it.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, good on him. Love it.
Yeah.
He was,
But I thought,
but that's the first bad game Joe Chan has had all
I
year.
thought, yeah, I don't know what he didn't do that. I mean, I don't know what Bellamy wanted him to do, so I can't really comment. But I thought he warranted to come out for that second half because I saw there's players that have been way more atrocious than he has and got to come out for the second half. Bellamy was pissed off about something. He clearly had a role for him, which we don't know about. And wow, he hooked him.
Yeah.
What a coach.
Yeah, great. Look,
You would have had him. You would have signed him. That didn't happen.
anyway, there's plenty of Barrys throughout the week. If you have your own Barry, please be sure to leave it in the comments below. And that way we'll sort of get through them. We'll have a bit of a laugh together. And also, if you're here, if you're enjoying all our content, please be sure to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Share it with your mates. We really appreciate that. Now, next segment, Defensive Player of the Week.
Oh, yeah. There was some crap.
Had you-
There was a couple good ones.
I think there was some great ones.
Yeah. It would have been better if the Sharks actually won their game, but Brendan Trindle's try save
What's
in that
his name?
first 5-10 minutes on Tedesco.
Yes,
No,
that was brilliant.
And there was another one on, what's it called? Mark Nawana-Katawasi.
Oh,
Yeah.
Him and
Yes.
him and Kennedy were having
That,
a game.
that was the same set.
yeah.
That was
yeah,
the same
yeah.
set.
Trindle and Kennedy were having a game in that first half. That
Yeah.
was the main reason why Cronulla
Yeah, that's
skipped
a
out.
great
Yeah.
call. That's
Because
a
of
great
things-
call.
Yeah, that was
That was definitely-
the Mark Nawana-Katawasi one was going to be mine.
Yeah.
You know, but wow.
I went one tackle before you, like Tedesco's
Yeah.
break, and they fumbled the bag for whatever reason.
Like Mark Nawana-Katawasi, I'd say 19 out of 20 times.
He scores.
Gets over.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he charged. Bro.
That was great.
Yeah.
Coach
Will
showed,
Kennedy
yeah.
and Braden Trindle. They were fantastic in that first half. And then he just fell apart
Yeah.
for the Sharks. Because they were making the Sharks look really,
right.
really on top. It was
Yeah.
down to those two players I felt all fell apart.
You have a different player of the week, or was that yours as well?
No, that was going to be mine.
Yeah.
on Mark
I've gone to play
Nawana-Katawasi.
before him.
Oh, the
the line break.
yeah.
try save.
They were pretty awesome in
Yeah.
that game.
My one actually goes to Connor Tracy. That try saver he made on Luke Garner.
Oh, that was
One-eyed
fantastic.
fan.
No,
I'm
no,
joking,
honestly.
I'm joking.
And it's, you
I'm
know
joking.
what?
That was a good
No,
tackle.
that was a good shout. That was a good tackle. And,
Yeah.
you know, Setu gets a nice call for his tackle on Talatau.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
There was
That was a
some
great tackle.
But for me, the Mark Nawana-Katawasi topped them all.
Yeah.
Tackled
It was a
him.
great one. But the thing is, the one I liked about Connor Tracy is like he cops a lot of slack from us.
Yeah.
But like I can see that he puts in so much effort every week, and for him to make that try-saving tackle on Luke Garner, who's much bigger than him,
Yeah.
running at speed, and just to grab him by the legs and hold him up, and then the rest of the team came and sort of enveloped him, and then they lost the ball.
That was
It was a great try-saving
No.
tackle.
Yeah.
They scored like the next play.
They
kicked
did,
across.
yeah, they did,
Yeah.
but that was still.
No, I'm
great.
saying that tackle's
It
fantastic.
was a great tackle.
does a lot of wonders for himself and
Yeah.
So
his
now,
teammates.
so far this year, Connor Tracy has saved 5 tries.
Oh, fantastic.
So we should add them to our score sheet. So we're not actually the worst attacking side. We're actually not anymore.
Well,
by
if
the
you
way.
put 32 on the Panthers,
We've won the premiership. Like we didn't even have to
You
play
know
anymore.
what's funny? I think what's he called? That Parramatta legend, Clint Cuthbertson. I think he had one fullback's tackle out of something like 20-something attempts. You know, so 1 in 5. Sloan came in, apparently he can't defend according to the coach and he can't catch. He didn't drop not one single bomb, and he pulled off 2 fullbacks tackle in the one game.
he played.
Like,
Honestly,
he really, whatever, in one game, he's done at fullback. And he had a try. I think he had 2 try assists. He had 1 try assist as well. So whatever Cuthbertson's done the whole year, he's already surpassed him.
I think, to be honest, I would love Sloan to come to the Dogs. I just don't.
And
I don't
didn't-
think he's got a future at the Dragons.
I didn't like.
Not many people
I didn't
do.
like. What's good? Cuthbertson's comments during the week.
What did he say?
He goes, "Oh, I like Scott Drinkwater to come and take my number 1 jersey." Like, all right, so what are you doing? And why are you looking beyond Tyrell Sloan? It's
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually,
That's just another way to out Tyrell Sloan and put him on the outer. And then also, well, what are you doing if you want someone else to come take your jersey? Well, you might as well resign your pay packet from now and move on.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
you can go back to Parramatta. I'm sure they need you at this stage. So yeah, please go.
what was your attacking player of the week?
There was a couple for me. Between KO Weeks and Keanu Kinney, their length of the
Amazing.
field tries.
Amazing.
But I'm going to go KO Weeks because I thought Rabbitohs had a bit more resilience in defense. But that length of the field try was
Bro, I could.
It's so good to watch.
He's like a little bunny rabbit, bro. He
Yeah.
bounces around and he,
yeah.
He's
He
out.
has a go.
he's amazing. Honestly, when he's good, the Raiders are winning. It was a shame how they collapsed it, but we'll get to it. But
Yeah.
they're beautiful. Both of them are fantastic. Both of them.
Yeah.
For me, my attacking player of the week would have to be the Keanu Kinney of Gold Coast. He absolutely got them off to a flyer. Within a blink of an eye, they were up 18-0, and he maintained the rage, and they
He was
end up
fantastic.
hitting half a century against the hapless Eels, who if they don't start getting players back and the
Yeah.
Dragons start winning, maybe you should start looking at them to get the spoon.
Well, they're 2 wins ahead, so it's
Yeah.
still a while. But
Yeah, no, he's right.
now, look, good shout about the Keanu Kinney one. I want to say my one.
And it's only against the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Only against the
And it's only the second time in their history that they score more than 50 points.
Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was only the second time in history they scored more than 50 points. Yeah. So,
Congrats, Para.
yeah.
Man,
I know.
if I was the Dragons, don't release Saw. Keep him till the end of the year. Let him be short on play.
Yeah, they're not going to release him.
Let him capitulate.
Yeah,
So, you
100%.
don't want to get the spoon.
My attacking play, believe it or not, is also going to go to a Gold Coast Titans player. Going to go to Lachlan Ilias.
Oh, he had a good game.
I thought he had a very
Great
good
on the
game.
left.
But the one try he scored right at what he set up right at the end for his winger, where
He almost set up a few more.
yeah, he like right at the end, he just kicked the ball. He saw that the fullback wasn't in position, kicked the ball over, like perfect positioning, perfect timing.
That was Sami's try, yeah?
Philip Sami at the
Yeah.
end, he just puts it down like it was a beautiful kick. And the why I'm giving it to him is because I think like he's had a tough couple of years, and like
He has.
last week we said the Titans, even though they lost to the Broncos, I felt like they turned the corner.
Yeah.
This shows that maybe we were like a little bit on the ball. That
You're on the ball.
I don't think they're going to win the grand final, right? I don't think they're going to make the finals.
3. They're 2 and
Yeah.
3.
But they are improving.
They're a much better team than
They've
round
done
one.
well.
Oh, much better
Yeah.
team than freaking round 3, bro.
Yeah.
Much better team.
Definitely.
And so I just want to call it out there because I think, honestly, Lachlan Ilias has had a really rough time. Josh Haney's come in, put a little bit of faith in him.
Oh,
The first
beautiful.
few rounds were rocky, but he's starting to feel that confidence, and he's building a good relationship with Jaden Campbell,
Yeah.
which I think could only be good. And the other one that I just want to say from the Titans that I'm really impressed with is AJ Brimson, how he's taken centre. But we'll get into that game. Honourable mentions, Adam Dwayhe against the Tigers. Bro,
Yeah, had him on a string. Yeah.
it's age, bro. I'm telling you, it's because he's at that mature age now. I feel like fullbacks don't hit their peak until like 27, 28 when their mind's a bit more in control. That's
He's always playing
halfbacks.
halfback now.
yeah, halfbacks. That's what I think.
What do you do with the 5'8"?
Luai
No,
or Jock Madden,
Madden.
bro, he's straightening up their attack like you would not
I
believe.
think Luai has to go
I think
straight
I've
back
realised
in.
with
Not
Madden-
even a conversation.
For about 4 or 5 years plus, he didn't have the confidence instilled with him. So he would just look like he was an overhyped half. Benji's come in. He's thrown him in. He's instilled confidence in him. Man, he even tried a short drop out. Did you see that? It almost came off for him.
Yeah, I see that was a fantastic
You
one.
know, it took a great pickup from Croker, the
Yeah.
Newcastle lock, scoop it up. Otherwise, he would have got the ball. Newcastle would have
Yeah.
dropped the ball, Like, see the confidence he's playing
Yeah.
with? See what confidence does for you?
And the thing about Jock Madden is this purple patch for him is probably now like got a few other suitors interested. So now like if he doesn't, if Luai comes straight back in or whatever, Jock Madden doesn't have to play second fiddle. He might be able to go to the UK and get a good deal, or PNG or Perth as a bat, or whatever. Like,
Are we allowed to make bold predictions from now?
Give me a sec.
Yeah, all right.
We will. I actually want to give an honourable mention as well to Lachlan Galvin.
Yeah, of course. His best
What do you
game in
mean?
a Bulldogs jersey.
Man, the match.
I think
Oh, who got man of the match on?
Jacob Preston.
Jacob Preston.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
Deservedly so.
Amazing, amazing, bro. Like, yeah,
that was Galvin's best career game.
ever.
Yeah.
His 50th, and it
And it was
was
his best ever kicking game, mind you.
Yeah.
bro. Everything about his game was great. I have to give him honourable mention, but that's
Except getting tackled
His
on
high
fifth.
kicks were
yeah.
fair.
That was that was one.
His high kicks were good. His
Yeah.
long kicks were good. His short
all right.
kicks were good.
Let's have a quick look at the tip reviews. I didn't release the tip graphic this week because we're getting a new one designed, and it just hadn't been finished. And I just thought we'll just
Yeah,
release it
that's
again
all right. I
next
cheated.
week.
Yeah. Anyways,
So what we'll do is we'll do the tip reviews on Tuesday before we do our new tips. How about that? Let's not do the tip reviews now, or do you
Yeah.
want to do them now?
No, it's fucking no.
Just do them
Well,
now.
if you have them up, let's go.
I don't have them up. Do you guys have your tips?
Yeah, I know who I
I
tipped.
remember I tipped and I
Yeah.
just went and cheated and changed my tips for 12 minutes about half an hour before kickoff and got them right.
All right. So I tipped the Bulldogs. Zaatar tipped the Bulldogs.
I went Panthers.
He went Panthers.
Yeah, got that wrong.
I tipped the Dragons.
I'll tip Manly.
I went Dragons.
I hate you guys because I told you guys I wanted to tip the Cowboys, and then you took me out. You took me off the ledge.
But then I changed.
I
to,
told you Cowboys.
Then I changed it. No,
You were
But you know what happened?
backflipping onto Broncos.
yeah, and I said no because you guys were convincing me Broncos.
No,
But
no. I tipped Cowboys.
It was the only reason I ended up changing the Cowboys half an hour before kickoff because then all of a sudden I found out
He was
Reynolds
the-
wasn't playing.
He was the only one that was going for Broncos. And I was like, Cowboys
Reynolds,
by
I
18.
didn't realize Reynolds wasn't playing till about half an hour before kickoff. So I said, no, I am changing my tip.
So keep in mind how many you got.
Yeah, I'm on 2.
I'm
We're both on 2.
yeah. We're on. I got. Oh yeah, I'm only on 1.
You ended up backflipping to Cowboys.
Did I?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't remember. Anyway,
Oh, yeah, okay.
we'll have a look at the tape. I tipped the Raiders against the Rabbitohs.
No, I went
Raiders.
Rabbits.
Okay, I'm on 3. I tipped the Storm. Unfortunately, even though Sharks and Roosters.
No,
I tipped the Sharks.
I went Sharks.
Yeah, I went Sharks as well.
It was looking like a good
They,
tip.
they should have won.
They went and capitulated.
Warriors pumping the Storm. I went the Storm.
I went Storm.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone saw that coming. Eels and Titans. I tipped the Titans.
Titans.
Wow. West Tigers Knights. I tipped the Tigers.
Tigers.
I changed from
Cheap.
Knights to Tigers.
Nah, not acceptable. That doesn't count,
that was
bro.
another
That doesn't
smart
count,
decision.
bro. That doesn't count.
That's all right. It counts my work tips.
Uh,
That's a good thing.
So you're 5 for 8?
I think 4 from 8, wasn't it?
4. Yeah, you're 4.
We're 5.
I'm 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both 5.
All right. I'll put
What a
them
nice
down.
backflip on 2 of them.
All right. Let's get into the glaze session. We are now going to review, i.e., glaze the Bulldogs for their absolute demolition of the Penrith Panthers on Thursday night, 32-16. So we beat the Panthers 13 plus. 13 plus. Right? We beat them by 16 points. Now, here's a funny story. I was this close to not going to the game because I was actually feeling really tired after a long day of work, and Thursday nights can be tough or whatever. And then I was like, you know what? Nah, I gotta go. Gotta support my team. Win, lose or draw. I went, and you know what? Thank God I went, because what a performance by the team. I cannot be prouder of the team, and I have to say, I'm here to eat humble pie. I'll put my hand up and say, bro, wow. I can't say anything. That was fantastic by the Bulldogs.
It was a dominant performance.
That was a fantastic performance.
From very first, from the kickoff, I don't know who took the first sit up for Penrith, but by the time they finished that set, they didn't cross the 30. And then Cleary's first kick was off its mark. It hit. He can normally kick like up until the 10 or 20 meter on the opposite side. He gets it to the 40. Tracy, I think it was, takes it on the foot. And then from there, I was like, that's a mad set. That's a mad set.
Yeah.
But hold it together. Hold it together. Hold it together.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, everything was clicking. Like our tackles were tackling in numbers. Yo couldn't take a step without being hunted in 3 or 4. Cleary had no space to move. This is the most flustered I've seen Cleary. If I was the Panthers, I wouldn't re-sign him. Like, there's clear problems over there. Their passing was off. Their tackling was off. Their errors were off. And a lot of the chat's going to be, Penrith had an off night or whatever.
Yeah, but you still got to play good to
That's
beat
the
them
thing.
and beat them comprehensively as well.
Like, they scored 3 quick tries in the last 15 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, but if you guys don't complete well in that,
Exactly,
and you
right?
skip ahead,
You
you can easily just play as rubbish.
like right from the top, like this is the first time I've seen our middles since late last year have an all-round performance, and we're not just talking about Sicily again, like pumping out 150 meters and every run being impactful. Max King, I thought, had his best game since being selected for Origin. Sam Hughes, although I don't think he got enough minutes in this game, it worked out. I don't think he gets enough minutes, but I thought he had his best game in a very long time. Kurt Mann, I thought he had a bit of a slow start when he first came on, but he ended up having a really good game. Who are other forwards? Salmon.
I'll
He
tell you,
had his best game. He didn't overplay his hand.
like you can make easy 150 meters, right? But it can be simple meters. But if you saw how hard those Dogs edge forwards were running,
Yeah.
like Kiko was running with no self-preservation. early stages of that first half, man, that set the tone running. Like crunching runs, man. Like you can either do 150 meters, and you get the stats, or you can do 150 meters of damaging run and cause a dent in the opposition defense and hurt them. So that's what he did. Caused havoc on that left.
Oh, Harry Hayes as well.
That was his best performance of the year.
Oh, 100%.
And look, there was a few loose carries in that second half, but if the ball stuck or his passes stuck, because there was opportunities there, and it could have been even more damaging.
So I have a lot of thoughts on this, right? One thing I want to talk about first and foremost is we did this without Critter. Now, that's interesting for multiple reasons, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? The first thing is, last week, do you remember when we spoke? We said that when Critter went off, there was a void. There was a lack of leadership. Right? When Critter went off, it felt like we had no leadership out there. Right? This week was very different.
Everyone put up their hand.
It wasn't just that everyone put up their hand. It felt like Galvin said to the team, "You're mine. I will dictate what happens. You play off the back of me." Because even if you notice, and this is something you pointed out to me as well, is that he was taking almost all the kicks. Burton put in very few kicks on Thursday night. It was all Galvin, and there was a strategy. It was pump their right side, pump Jenkins, pump Blaise Talangi, plays Papali'i, just keep going on that side. And he absolutely, he played it to a T. He was, obviously there's no perfect, but he was as close to perfect as he can be, absolutely manipulating that right edge. And this was without Critter. So, and then you sort of look at, okay, Bronson Cherry came back and had a great game. Right? Maybe Bronson should stay on the left. Critter should go back to the right and just trust Galvin to control the team. Let's not have too many chefs spoiling the broth. Right? Because it just felt like, because my fear was, it's going to be a close game and then we're not going to be able to close it out because Critter's not there. Yeah? But then at no point in the game, even when it was 16-all, did I feel like we're going to lose. At no point did I feel like they were on the top of us. At no point did I feel like the Bulldogs are buckling.
Yeah.
Right? So even for example, people want to say, oh, the Panthers had an off night. I actually, it's probably one-night fan, probably maybe. But I'm going to be really honest here. I don't think that was the case. I think that the Bulldogs came in with pressure, came in with physicality, came in with an intensity that took a team that was really comfortable and cruising by surprise.
We had to force an off night, right? Even if they all had an off night, we forced that.
I'll reiterate again, so what if they didn't play to their straps, right? But if the Dogs don't play well, then the Dogs don't win. The Dogs still have to play well.
Yeah, 100%.
They didn't win by 2 points or 4 points. They won by 3 tries. They blew a few more tries. Dogs could have easily won by more. Look at the Dogs. They completed well. If you complete well and you do less errors, good kicking game, good running game, you force those extra errors out of your opponents. But so you got to give dues where it's due.
But the Panthers are so good that, for example, last week against the Storm, the Storm completed at 94% and still got pumped by 50.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So the Bulldogs, as Zaatar was saying, we caused an off night.
If you guys don't play well,
they'll roll down, they'll score.
And Penrith have an off night anyway. The scorelines, you might lose, you might barely win.
Yeah,
you have to play well.
Have to play very well.
Oh, you only won because we played shit. Okay. How was to expect us to win?
That's not in our control. What was in our control is running the ball hard, tackling hard, forcing errors.
Is your team only allowed to play good?
Yeah,
Can your team only play good? Sometimes your team playing shit might be how the opponents played against you. Does it go? It's you know what it is? It's the mindset of sore losers. That's what it is. That they've had it good for so long, and once they come up against a bit of adversity, That's it. Nah, he's only on because my team played shit.
Yeah.
Like, they act like they're untouchable and they're not allowed to lose.
But to be honest, the Panthers players were very respectful of how well the Bulldogs played. Like, they didn't sit there and say, "Oh, we
course.
won."
Yeah,
100%.
They were like, "That was a
100%.
good performance
They're
by
a
the
class
Bulldogs."
team still, right? Like,
yeah, they know they've got
And,
improvement.
and even Ivan like was very honest about it. Like, I love Ivan Cleary because he knows like, when his team gets beaten soundly, like, "Khalas, we got beaten."
Man,
like,
your team ran with vigour.
Oh,
I'll
bro.
say it again. If your team doesn't run with vigour,
Yeah.
it's a different outcome. Penrith maybe complete at 80%.
bro, Max King.
You know, like maybe, you know, it's a lot closer. You say, still have to play good.
Max, just to give you like this for me symbolizes the performance of the Bulldogs, right? Max King made 42 tackles.
Yep.
And I think it says here on NRL.com that he missed one. I think Fox Sports said he didn't miss any, right? He played for 24 minutes with a broken jaw. So that shoulder from McLean, which people were saying, "Oh, it didn't even touch his head," actually broke his jaw.
So, so how
When
is it? But
4
is
to 6 weeks.
No.
No,
McLean
1 to
2
2
weeks.
1 to 2.
Oh, he's already facing suspension?
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
suspended for 2 weeks.
Oh, it's already been
Yeah.
determined. Okay.
So, you know, a lot of the people saying, "Oh, it didn't hit his head." Well, there you go. It broke his jaw, but he played on for 24 minutes with a broken jaw, made 42 tackles, ran for 120 meters. See this performance?
I reckon he should have copped 4 weeks for that, not 22.
See this performance? Max King needs to write this performance down and stick it on his mirror.
Poor bloke.
He
And
should be
just-
very proud of this
It's a
performance.
Right,
It
this
really
was
good.
this was an origin-worthy performance.
It's a peak performance and then gets...
This was a great performance
yeah.
for a bloke with
This
a
is
broken
what
jaw.
we've been speaking about for the last. I was on the podcast last
So
year,
who-
but we've
so-
been talking about it since Origin.
Who starts in his spot next? Harry Hayes?
Leah Thompson's rumored to be back.
Oh, yeah? It's
Yeah.
round
Yeah.
7?
Yeah,
So I think
it was 10 weeks.
Oh, but they said 7 at stages.
not 10 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not 10 games, 10 weeks.
Beauty.
From when it was
Because don't forget, he
reported.
didn't go to Vegas.
Man, he's been playing for 20 minutes, man. He doesn't have to play 60
I think they may have to bring him in.
But
But we,
15 minutes here.
I wouldn't
15,
mind
half an
seeing.
hour.
I wouldn't mind seeing. I think maybe Sutili Tupinoa might start in place of Max King.
Yeah, or
or
even-
Hotboy.
Yeah, okay, good.
Hotboy.
Hotboy,
Hughes.
I've been
Oh, he's got
liking him.
Para, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, beauty. That's probably a good game to bring, what's he called back? Leah Thompson
Yeah,
is ready to go.
Leah, and maybe if we need to have an extra prop on the bench, we can stick
I've
it
never
Underhill.
been more keen for
I'm
team
hoping-
this Tuesday.
Yeah,
I'm
I
hoping
know.
for 50 points.
Me too.
What day's the game?
Sunday.
Damn. I was
Last
hoping it'd be
game
a
of the round.
Thursday. I would have went Thursday night. Perfect.
Yeah.
Sell out. Where's it at? Combank? Sell out.
Yeah.
Is that like Parramatta's 7th home game and 7 outings? Seems
I
like
think
it.
this is their 3rd, but they versed Penrith and it was a Penrith home
Man,
game.
it feels like they've had about almost every week there.
They are pretty like they've.
Now, hang on a
they've
sec.
played-
They've played, I think, 5 home games.
Nah.
4.
4. So this week will be 5 out of 7.
They have a long road ahead.
Man, and then they had the one against Penrith, which they lost anyway.
But look, in any case, I
They
thought
always get a good draw.
you know the Bulldogs' performance for me is one I'm very proud of. And look, the other thing for me is last year our biggest problem was we couldn't beat top 8 teams. We struggled playing against top 8 teams, and everyone made it very clear that our struggle was against top 8 teams. Well, in round 6, we beat the best team, the team that was clear favourite, clear first, flying high. The Bulldogs come in and put on a performance for everyone to
It
be
was
proud of.
convincing as well, right?
It wasn't,
It wasn't
like
like
a fluke
yeah, it
or
wasn't
ref won
luck,
it for
yeah.
us. Like we
We
won
had
this.
Gerard Sutton, for everyone that thinks like we won it on refs calls or anything like
Yeah.
that. This is Gerard Sutton that was refereeing, and you could go back and watch the game, but I've got a lot of questions about the 6 agains in this game.
Oh, bro, they were ridiculous.
Like the Bailey Hayward one you called out, but I felt like
It's like,
we'll
where's
get
the doesn't
we
that
got,
question you?
We got 6 agains.
Like, you think-
at the start of
you're
our
like,
sets,
bro, where's
and
the 6
Panthers
again?
were getting
Or what?
carried down the field not every single
Like, what's
time.
the
Like
6
I'm
again for?
exaggerating. This is what I was complaining about when they first announced the rule before the season kicked off.
I
is
love
that
for him to say,
we don't know
lay it
what's
on the
going to
player
happen.
for too long. Announce straight away so we can all scrutinize.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We just want to know why they're being called, because we had some 6 agains called against us, and they had some against them.
Yeah.
Everyone knows why Penrith give away 6 agains. Like they controlled the ruck really well, right? And they tried to do it, but they kept like buckling, right?
Man,
like,
you know
'cause
what?
they
That's
just
where
got
Touch is probably got to
taught-
take more responsibility. They're going to say, all right, tackle, 1, 2. And then they got to call it into their mouthpiece to the ref, 6 again. The Touch should, what are they there for?
I don't.
They got to, give them more of a role. Honestly, that should be onus on the Touch.
I don't want too many chefs in the kitchen.
No, but
I want the ref under scrutiny for why they're calling this 6 again.
If they say, look, if they say 2 seconds is reasonable to lay on a player, then I reckon it should be the Touch's job to say, all right,
Just count out
tackle
to 2.
enforced, 1, 2. And then if they don't run it off quick enough, it's got to be at his discretion then like split second, whether to
Yeah.
say 6 again or not. Bro, what's he there for?
Like,
What is the role of a touchy?
Why
To put up
why
his flag?
why do they bring these rules in without testing them? Like that's what gets us. You know, test them in New South Wales Cup, test them at the end of the year when the Eels and the Dragons play when the finals aren't in
Or
contention
have
anymore.
trial games like lower grades,
Yeah.
like under 20s, even like suburban teams like, for example, Bankstown Bulls versus Greenacre Tigers.
No, you can do it. You can
Pull
do it.
up a
You can
whole
do it in
under
New South
18
Wales
side.
Cup, bro. You can do it in New South Wales Cup.
Yeah, like, but that's paid players. It's not for
Still,
premiership points.
yeah, but that's not.
But
It's,
start off somewhere first and then bring it away up.
yeah, like,
Question: do you reckon the Bulldogs set the blueprint on how to beat the Panthers?
Yeah, of course. Play that sort of footy. Good kicking game.
Because that left edge
Remember
of
how we,
theirs
do you
is a
remember how we
big,
spoke?
big problem.
Do you remember the week episode before we spoke about Canterbury's kicking game and specifically whether to kick it to Toto or not? Do you
Yeah.
remember? Man, they enforced a very smart kicking game. Man, I'm telling you, like even Galvin was putting up some great bombs with hang time on
It was all to Jenkins
And
as
Birdo.
well.
yeah, and that was a good plan.
It was either, look, see, my thought was, and it was only my thought, do they kick the Ta'o and put it up high so by the time he catches it, they're in his face, you know? But they chose to isolate Jenkins instead, and then Ta'o would have to come in and make. Mind you, I don't know if you're probably going to get there, but I just want to give a shout out to the left side of the Canterbury side because they made Ta'o look like he was just some up-and-coming winger.
I literally was just going to say that.
Like-
Toto
Like, that was...
had probably one of his flattest games in a long
like,
time.
I was like,
but that
who's
was
this
forced.
guy on? And he made an error late in the game. I'm like, bro, who's this guy for Penrith? Like some new guy? And they're like, oh shit, it's Toto. You know, and who was on the left side for Canterbury? Bronson Sherry
Yeah, and
Jacob
yeah.
Kiraz. Like Kiraz didn't have his most barnstorming game, not even close.
But he ran with so much energy. Like the last
But
couple of weeks,
he was great defensively.
Yeah.
You know, he negated and Bronson Sherry was fantastic in that left centre spot. I can't speak enough of how he literally shut down the Panthers' right-hand side, honestly.
he was very
like,
good.
he did not give
Fun
him
fact,
any room.
you know, Toto, I didn't even realize he was playing.
No, that's
Because
what I
he
mean.
barely
That's what
touched
happens
the
to be
ball,
late
right?
in the game. Who's his Panthers
But yeah, he
rookie?
ran for 160 meters still.
Yeah, but like nothing about it was nothing
It was all
about it.
carries, right? Like in the
Yeah,
back
yeah,
end,
yeah.
but like we really controlled, we really targeted their left edge defense.
Nothing was barnstorming at all.
Papili and Blaze Tulagi have a lot of work to do.
bro, Galvin put a shot on Papali'i. Do you remember that shot?
Rattled him.
Bro, he
I think that was the
I saw
65th
that.
minute.
Bro.
He was rattled for the rest of the game.
And somebody launched Blaze Tarlangi. I'm trying to remember who.
Oh yeah, Tupanua.
Was it Tupanua?
Was it?
Somebody launched him anyway.
Oh,
Or Harry Hayes. Like I don't know why
Mind you,
Harry
but
Hayes is
Blaze
coming to
Tarlangi
mind.
was a turnstile in defence.
Look-
He's made him a turnstile.
look. To be honest,
He's made him a turnstile.
They like now that I think about it, the reason why Galvin did all the kicking was because their plan was to target Jenkins.
Yeah.
Because if they used Burden the left foot
good.
kicker, would have needed to go to Toto. But because Galvin's a
made
right
it
foot
unpredictable.
kicker, yeah, they made it very
They
unpredictable.
both kicked, but Galvin kicked a lot more than we
And
normally
Jenkins,
used to.
they caused 2 mistakes out of Jenkins, mind you.
Yeah, of course.
And that was because they
When
challenged
they came
for
at the
ball.
back end under fatigue, like
It was funny,
It was,
like,
it was a
bro.
game plan executed to a T.
Like Serraldo ran with we'll kick to Jenkins.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It worked perfect. I just would have, I don't know.
On the blueprint question that you asked, Zaatar, I don't think that many teams can execute this blueprint. And I'll tell you why. Not many teams have our line speed and not many teams have our defensive ability.
You mean offside? We're offside all the time. Well, I'm joking.
No, look, and then look, depends on the kicking game of each side. Don't
I
forget.
just
you got
don't
to play to your strengths, and that's what the Canterbury play to their strengths.
Yeah, but
I
I
feel
just-
like the
credit.
Waz could do it. The Waz have
Canterbury played to
The
their
Waz are
strengths.
pretty good. Yeah, exactly.
You know, like
That's a
that
good
was
point.
that was good. They needed a stirring performance
Yeah,
like
they
that.
did.
They answered us in a lot of ways. Kiko answered me in 2 weeks late, unfortunately, but I'll take it. Well done, Kiko. Yeah, I was going to say this, which brings us to our next point. So, like, emphasizing. So, you're going to apologize to me?
About
Do you remember when Elmo, when I told him, when he thought Panthers would go undefeated for the whole year or for a long time, and then I disagreed with him?
why was that? Why does that need an
2
apology?
days later, the Dogs knocked over the Panthers.
I'm not
Thank you, I was
apologising for anything.
vindicated.
No,
I
how
tried
about
to
the
tell
chat?
him we're only round 5 in.
How
Hold your horses, son.
How about all the chat before the game that Penrith could beat the Queensland team? And
Oh my god!
2 days later, his own side
but
knocked him over.
I've got a very bold prediction for Origin.
Okay.
I think Galvin should be the 7 in Origin and Cleary should be the 6.
Yes, I checked. Crunk.
I think they'll still run with Moses and Cleary. I think.
Moses has been MIA for the last 6 weeks, so I'm sorry
Yeah.
to tell you
I
about
think
Galvin.
they'll still run with him.
Galvin's
because
the goat.
Ethan Strange has had an underwhelming season at Canberra, so he won't even get a look in.
By default, you probably have to go Moses.
Look, I'll tell you now, if Canterbury have strong form from now till And I'm not going to say Galvin, but if Canterbury have strong form from now to the Origin, and Burnham's in great form, you know, he can throw his ring in, he throw his hat in the.
Why not Galvin in the
throw
7?
his name in the hat for the 6?
I don't understand.
Stop trolling you.
You know, because Cleary plays off his right foot, and Burnham can play off his left foot. Why not?
I want to make a bold prediction. Or I'm going to make a hot take. This is the best game the Bulldogs have played under Ciraldo. And one of the best wins we've had in 10 years.
I need to sit down and go through it all. But there was that game against Manly last year. They pulverised Manly.
Nah, this is better.
Manly's like a weak
and
opposition.
Manly was very poor last year.
Weak opposition.
Pulverised.
Nah, this
Weak
was
opposition,
yeah.
though. That's like beating someone in the wheelchair.
Sit down and look at. But these guys have won plenty of
No, this
games
is
over the
this
years.
is the best one.
He shut out Cronulla last year as well. Remember that?
That was like,
I remember he's thumped the Roosters.
Yeah, I
He's
still.
played some good games.
This
I
is-
remember what he did to Newcastle as well.
This is the best one.
Oh, this is good.
this is the most satisfying one because it's a premiership heavyweight. It's not like a nobody.
Yeah.
The most notable wins for me that come to mind immediately is the Canberra win that we had last year.
it's an
Canberra, Parramatta was a good one.
Yeah, but nothing like
look,
this.
it ranks up there. I don't know, it needs to sit down, but yeah, it's definitely up there.
I think it's the best one we've had
because
under Ciraldo.
they had an underwhelming start to the season, and they came back in a big way against the team coming first.
Yeah. Look, I think Jacob Preston needs to be in the New South Wales team this year.
I don't even think it's a question. Martin's injury is anywhere between 6 to 12 weeks.
What did he do?
MCL.
I
But
don't
high-grade
want to see
MCL.
Hudson Young in there.
I think
I
he's.
think he gets run of the mill quite often. Throw in someone else for once. I don't think they should run with Angus Crichton either.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like honestly, if it was
It's not that because he's going to Union. I think he's just been underwhelming for
He has been
almost a
underwhelming.
year now.
Yeah, he
Like,
has been.
Back in the last year and this year, he hasn't been crash hot. Like, if they want to choose him, sure. But, I mean, I guess they will because Laurie Daly's the coach. But, yeah.
who would
definitely.
you have?
As my second rowers? I need to sit down and go through it all. But, obviously, Cam Murray's back. He's doing well for himself.
That's right.
He usually plays 13 though.
Well, you got Isaiah Yo
Yeah, I'd use him as a forward though. I wouldn't use him as a 13.
Wait, there's
as a prop
Yeah.
off the bench.
Hell no. Not
No,
Orange
he could be.
intensity.
No, off the bench. I reckon off the bench.
Kai Peace-Paul
he
plays for
really
England,
works
eh?
in the.
Yeah, he can't play.
We've
for
tried
us.
Yo in the 13, as taken as like a classic Penrith
I-
style
I,
game. It doesn't work.
I would definitely give
Origin.
Preston a go. I don't know. It's just, do I start him or do I bench him? Because he's so good starting. Because he's such an attacking
No, you got to
forward.
start him. You got to
Yeah,
get
I
him into
think
the
you
game.
either start him or you don't.
I
put him
don't
in,
want to.
in my
Yeah, I'd
opinion.
rather. There's Ola Kawatu obviously in the mix.
I
And
think-
that's that. You know what? New South Wales was all stacked with second rowers, but they just don't know how to use them. You could even use some of them in the props.
Like you got Dylan Lucas as well. Like that I think deserves
Isn't
a
he a
look in.
Queenslander?
No,
No, he's New South Wales, but I think Preston's form is better.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm saying if you could have Dylan Lucas on one side and either because Olakuatu and Preston play on the right hand side, so you can have Dylan Lucas who plays on the left and Preston who plays on the right. But Preston can play on the left too if need be.
That's
Anyway,
his preferred side. Anyway.
I
Hang
just
on a
think-
sec. Can I just stop you guys there? Does that new rule change for Origin eligibility come in this year?
yeah,
yeah.
Oh wow! So who's the props for New South Wales?
Haas and Fanua Blake.
Really, is Fanua Blake gone?
Yeah. Yes, it'll be Haas and Fanua Blake.
That is wow. Who does Queensland get?
Well, they got Jerome Hughes, but Jerome Hughes doesn't want to play.
Okay, anyone else?
I'm not sure, eh?
I haven't really looked into it.
Who cares about
That's
Queensland?
Tamalolo? No, he's past it now.
Nah, he wouldn't. get
So
chosen.
sad. Would have been terrific 10 years ago.
Like I have to shout out Enari Tuala.
Oh yeah.
Like honestly,
Yeah, great game.
bro, like he's at center.
Yeah.
He made 22 tackles at center.
Yeah, he's solid.
They ran at him.
He's busy
all
always,
night.
but he always keeps himself busy.
And he was doing a lot of hard work protecting
He's a
Galvin.
busy sort of
He
player.
was protecting Galvin a lot. Him and Preston, you could tell their instructions were keep our 7 healthy, keep our 7 fit, because Inari Tuala made 22 tackles and Jacob Preston made 39 with 0 missed.
Because when I think we already touched on it when because he's such a busy sort of player. When Crichton does come back, I think we have to keep him in the team.
Who? Yeah, Tuala. Yeah, I reckon you move him onto the wing
And
in
with your
place of
carousel-
Montoya, and you just
I think with your carousel, Montoya's your sacrificial lamb at this stage.
he's the only one. Like Bronson Cherry can't be dropped after that performance, and he links well with Kiraz.
Man, he was so solid out there.
He was excellent out there.
Good on him.
He
Good
links
bounce back.
so well.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah, me too.
I hope the Dragons.
I don't mind them fighting out their position, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a
No,
great.
that's a great headache to have. Honestly,
Jethro Nakama's back as well. We've got Jonathan
Yeah.
Sua.
That's all right. They
So
got a
like
bit
the
of time.
depth is
if these boys are playing excellent, then good. You know, it just means he's there if something unfortunate happens, like an injury or suspension.
Thought Jake Turpin, when he came on, looked a bit nervous. Like some of his passing was nervous.
He
but
came off.
He did his job. Yeah, he settled in, did his job.
Yeah. Haywood had a good
would've
opening
been
to his
happy,
credit. Well
I think
done.
Haywood
Yeah,
was very
I
good.
thought Haywood was good.
Salmon had his best game in Dogs colours in about 2 or 3 years.
100%, yep.
You know, so credit to him as well. Tupino around with vigour.
Bro, off
How
the bench.
damaging is he?
He, like I said,
See, when we were at the game, right, and we were sitting up on
I'm
like
telling you, I was
on
watching
a
on
higher,
TV.
higher platform.
Yeah.
And then we decided, like, my brothers and whatever were at the game, so we walked down and we were right near the field, right? It is absolutely amazing.
I went to about-
watching Cecily Tupinor run the ball and Harry
runs hard.
Hayes run the ball right into that line, and you hear the tackles.
Like on TV, when I said the edge second rowers, Preston and kick out, I actually meant also Tupinua.
Yeah.
Even though he plays more up the middle, to me he's still an edge second row, but
Yeah.
they were running with vigour. If you saw it, I don't know if you guys have watched it on TV since the game, or you didn't.
No, I've watched the highlights.
Yeah, the
But
highlights
if
I
you
watched
watch the game, like you'll see some runs these guys ran with absolute intensity.
Bro, we could trust me. We could feel it.
In my household, I gather the family every morning. We watch the highlights package
Oh, yeah?
every morning.
Your
And
kids
before
must,
bed.
Your kids must hate you.
He ran for 163 meters off the bench. So, like, I'm thinking,
wow.
yeah. So if we
Yeah, he
get
was
like, if
damaging.
we have Leo Thompson, Dilly Tupinua, Max King, Harry Hayes, Preston, Kikau, Salmon, that is a front row. That is a scrum rotation that is to die
You know what I
for.
like about Harry Hayes? I'll give him credit. He's another one that stays busy.
Bro,
Yeah,
he does not
he
stop.
doesn't sit there and watch. He involves himself. If he feels like he's not getting involved, he'll go looking for it. Whether it's runs or he'll push someone out of the way, make a tackle.
And he's
Like,
so humble, bro. Like, he started off as a winger, now he's playing as a prop. Like,
Bloody oath.
what a player,
you
bro.
go into it. Tariq Sim started off as a winger. Just
What a
you
what
go
a
into
player,
it.
bro.
He runs with so much intent, and he forced a couple of errors
Yeah.
as well.
Credit to him, man.
All right,
Trainer.
let's So, any last thoughts on the Bulldogs?
Just want
Any
to see
la-
him back it up. That's all. Like, there's a lot of lessons you can take from that game. Like, we played
Look-
well, and we know what we're capable of now.
Now's the time to get a roll on and push for the top four. Where I tipped them for second start of the year, and I still think they'll recover. Like I know a lot of people had doubts whether they'll make the 8, but this is the time to capitalise on it. They got Parramatta this week, and I think they can put 50 on Parramatta. And if they don't put 40 plus on Parramatta, for example, even though I think they can hit 50, I would put it as a C performance. You know.
And then they have
Or
a
a B
heavily
performance.
weakened Broncos after that as well.
Yeah, like this is where like you should be stringing at least. I don't know who they got after the Broncos and that, but it feels like they can run to at least half a dozen victories in a row,
I think they need to.
which is should be the standard for a side like this.
I mean, look, we know we know how we can perform now, and now we just need to go out and do it week after week. If
Yeah.
the Bulldogs can perform that way week after week, I think like there's no doubt we'll be in the top 4 quite comfortably.
Where do you guys have the Broncos at? Here?
No, in Suncorp.
Suncorp.
Oh, he's got a fair bit of away games lately.
Yeah, but then towards the end of the year, it's a lot of them are home games, but they're tough games.
But I still think that you guys should get the Broncos up in Suncorp. They all of a sudden, I sent you guys their injury list.
Yeah, they've got
an
massive
extensive
injury
injury,
list,
and
yeah.
it's not short term; it's all like medium term injuries. So, yeah, I definitely feel you guys should you know, if you guys win the next 2 weeks, I think you will then see yourselves in the top 4.
Yep.
But I still reckon you should be able to string together half a dozen wins at the least in a row.
Look,
We should.
the problem is that this competition is so.
Yeah, but here's your chance.
Doesn't
You know,
matter.
he's got
Like,
the
it's our
hard win.
opportunity.
It's a morale booster, and then you got a couple of sides. And
We've
you know
got-
what? It shouldn't be taxing on the side. There you go. You got the Cowboys at home, and then you got your Cowboys or Dolphins away who've been underwhelming, and then you got the Sharks who are up and down.
Magic round.
If we see
And then you
ourselves
got-
as premiership threats, we
and then
shouldn't be
you got
dropping those games.
The what's it called? The Melbourne Storm, who have done 4 losses in a row. Like, it's a great
Crisis
draw.
in the Yarra.
You know, and then who knows? You might have a blockbuster against the Tigers, and then you got Para again.
Yeah, that's the King's birthday
It's
one.
a good draw, and then you got the bye, and then he's got Manly. You know, it is.
It's not actually a bad draw at all.
It is a fantastic draw. It looks like he's only got tough games. You know what? He's got the tough games, I feel, at the right end of the season.
Yeah. versus the Panthers
But
again.
I think your toughest game in that whole back end of the season is going to be the Dragons.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to the Panthers quickly because we've glazed the Bulldogs enough. The Panthers. What are your thoughts on how the Panthers performed?
It just didn't click for him. Like the whole night, I thought Cleary was getting himself into awkward positions for whatever reason. The last time I've seen that happen was in Origin, unfortunately. But
It was unlike Penrith performance.
yeah.
Didn't kick well, a lot of handling errors, didn't complete well. Like that's such a low completion
There was a
rate.
lot of times like that last pass just wasn't going to the right man.
Honestly, they didn't run with intensity. Like Jenkins was trying, but how many times you see Cleary get the ball in the last and charge on the fifth and charge it up?
And it was just like
and
a little.
didn't set up for the kick. It went to
It was just a
Talangi.
little grubber behind the line.
Like
which-
they were disjointed.
Normally it's on point.
That's
I
right.
just didn't feel like
Like
this is a game they're just going to bury the hatchet on and
yeah,
just
like
move
we'll
on.
give him benefit of the doubt, but it's a concerning one. You go play 5 fantastic weeks and turn around and put that performance in.
I mean, I don't think it's concerning in that there's something wrong. I just think
No,
that
no, what I
they
mean
got
is-
they got too comfortable, and then
It
the
was
team actually
bad.
came out with desperation and with vigor, and they just weren't able to match it.
But like for Cleary to get the ball in the fifth and charge it up into the line.
Yeah, I'm with you. And to be honest, one of the reasons why was because that Cleary had a target on his back. Like
Yeah.
he was being hunted all night, which is it's a great thing
I
because
just expect to be better because like he's played under pressure before. Like we've seen the 2023 grand final
Yeah.
in the last 20 minutes. Everyone knows it.
But it's not like they were marginally bad. They were like very bad.
It was across the board though. It wasn't just one player had
That's what I mean.
like a drop of the ball. It was you remember that 20-minute period in the second half? It was just like error for error. Like
it was
the
8
Dogs were
errors in a
dropping-
row or something.
Yeah, but they finished the game 65% completion.
Yeah.
Like 15, 16 errors. Like you can't expect any team in the competition right now.
Like Penrith
you
will
can't
go
verse
back-
them and drop the
yeah.
ball 16 times.
Parents will go back and say, look, they won't sit there and go, we were entitled to one bad game in 6 weeks. No,
No,
they'll
they'll-
sit
yeah.
down. All right, defense this week, boys. Handling this week, boys.
I feel sorry for the team they're versing next.
Like, did
in
you
the
see
Dolphins.
Bellamy in the post-match presser? Obviously, he's livid. You can see during the game he was livid. Elmo touched on him blasting Joe Chan, but in the post-match press conference, obviously he was livid, and he goes, "We'll go back and work on our defense." Like straight away he was pointing out what we need to work on. It's like, and we've made the finals for 20 years straight.
Yeah, no,
there was none of that.
resting on your laurels at all.
You know what? We saw the polite side of him in that press conference.
100%.
Like, bro, you don't want to be a Melbourne player on Monday morning.
Look, to be honest, Tom Jenkins scored another 2 tries, so he's got 14 for the year in 6 games.
Is he on target for 50 or something?
He's on target at the moment.
If he does 2 a game for the rest of the season, he's going to score 48 tries.
Yeah.
The record in NRL, I think, gang, check it out. I think it's 38 in a season.
It is 38.
I think
Yeah.
I could be wrong, and it was Dave Brown from Easts.
I think
And
that's about right.
It's a 1935 record, so it's a 91-year-old record.
I actually think he could be on track to break it.
I hope he does.
I really, really hope he does.
Some teams should just throw out.
I think the wingers records that I think it's the Newtown. Oh, he could be 38. I think 34 is the wingers record. Ray Preston from Newtown.
Look, I think whoever they're versing next week, Tom Jenkins is going to score a hat trick.
Oh, but
I
hope
think he's
he
up
keeps
against
it. I
Herbie
honestly
Farnworth.
want to see if he can
Might not
crack
be
it.
that easy, but
I want to see him crack it.
Yeah, but the defense for the
Yeah, I
Dolphins
know.
has been so piss
talk
poor.
I
about that
hope
in
he
that
cracks
preview.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I
I
hope so
want him
as
to
well.
score 40.
I saw a 30-try season from Johnston a couple of seasons
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
I think someone else cracked 30, or was he the only one? He did it 2 years in a row, I think. 32 tries or 30
I
tries.
think AKP came close, but he didn't crack
I think
it.
he equaled Ray Preston's record, or he fell 1 or 2 short for the wingers. Anyways.
But look, either way, what a great performance by Tom Jenkins again. That kick by Cleary on
the dime.
bro, so
I
beautiful.
don't know what Montoya was doing.
Bro, that
Please, man.
I don't want to
like-
get into it.
Like, that was just ridiculous. At least make an attempt, mate.
Look, Blaze Talangi needs to work on his defense.
Oh, he was a turnstile.
But
Credit to him. They
yeah.
singled him out.
Yeah, like the
Honestly.
way
They still had to isolate him, right?
yeah, no, but I'm
Isolate him
saying
and target him.
the way Galvin was able to manipulate that left-hand side of the left-hand edge of the Panthers, and the way he was able to get not only Preston, mind you, Tupanua was running that side very, very tough. And even Inari Tuala was absolutely burning them. If he had a faster winger on his outside, we score a couple of extra
I
tries.
think it was Galvin manipulating that line. He tested them like from his first carry or first run. He dug into that line and tested obviously spam X short ball Preston. Tried that, and then he went around the back to Tuala, and then he went back to Preston, and Galvin every single time would make sure he's in the line as he's passing. And Blaze Tulagi obviously has to go back and work on it. I don't like some Penrith fans are wild, like calling for him to be dropped. It's like he's had one bad game, like on the back of putting 50 against Penrith.
He
against Melbourne. Like, give him a chance.
I think it's because they have Jack Cogger there. Like, Jack Cogger came on, had him, and I felt like he couldn't do anything. Like, the game was gone.
It was a bit too late.
The momentum was just...
Yeah, it was with the
Canterbury
Dogs.
couldn't do no wrong after.
Yeah.
Like, you saw they scored some of those late tries. That was fantastic.
I just thought their forwards were also like severely dominated. Like, we dominated their forwards, like I haven't seen for a while against the Panthers. Like Moses Leota played 40 minutes.
Yeah, what was the reasoning behind that? Doesn't he normally get like?
Yeah, he does. Lindsay Smith only ran 44 meters.
Well, why are they getting such minimal minutes?
I don't know. Liam Martin only played 37, got injured.
Oh, maybe they brought it upon themselves being lackluster.
Yeah, no, look, the defense was up in their face and was very physical.
Yep.
Look, here's the thing, right? When you're flying that high and you sort of drop your guard a little bit, and a team like the Bulldogs is desperate, and we know that the Bulldogs have the talent and the defense, this was always... I'm not going to say it was always a possibility. I'm going to say that you don't get surprised when this happens because, in hindsight anyway, it's like, okay, this makes sense. The Bulldogs are desperate. We know what they can do. They haven't showed us yet. And the Panthers are so good that it's sort of like they feel like they can drop their guard a little bit. And that's what they did. But look, it's, credit to the Panthers. Like, they're amazing and they'll be in the grand final this year. Like, I would love this to be the grand final in 2026.
I already won
the Dogs and the Panthers.
Whatever. Everyone's playing for second.
But I want to ask you. I want to ask this question.
It's gonna be a weird season, this one.
It will be. Does this make the Bulldogs a premiership threat? Does this win
Why not?
make the Bulldogs a premiership threat?
Why not?
I know people are going to say it's too early to call, but really think about this.
But to say no is just like, what a hater. Like, why not? Why can't they be allowed to beat Penrith? Like, why not? Of course.
No. Forget Penrith. I'm saying, does this prove that the Bulldogs are over this idea that they can't win these big games? Like last year, we lost the two finals.
If they could do it,
they've won big games. Look, I wouldn't call this it's a big game, but it's only round 5.
It's round,
or round 6, whatever it was.
No, but the context.
I'd like to see him do it 3-4 weeks in a row.
True.
Because once you get to the finals, you have to do it 3-4 games in a row.
I like to see him do it throughout the year, up to like, if they're still in this up to around 24, 25, yeah, of course. They can lose one game at the end if every side does, basically. But of course. Like,
interesting.
It's only round 6. Like, you know how the Tigers are 5 out of...
Yeah.
Man, I've seen it in many seasons before. A side will win 5 out of their first 7 or win their first 4 games of the year and then bomb out and not make the top 8.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen Newcastle, I think, win their first 4 games under Roy Stone. Or what was that coach?
Ray Price. No.
Troy Stone. What was that coach's name? Roy Stone?
I know who you're talking about.
Anyways, they came last.
Yeah, that year was a very bad year.
They won 3 wooden spoons in a row, but they came last after winning the first 4. I've seen Broncos it was the Broncos, 0-8 back in 99 and still make the finals. This was under Wayne Bennett, Like, it's only 6 rounds in.
Yeah,
it's a long season.
Like, I want to sit here now and remember we gave our top, our 1 to 17 predictions. I want to sit here and kick us up the arse and say, we got no idea.
Honestly,
it's so early to call, man. Like, honestly, like even last week when Elmo was glazing over Penrith with every reason, but then when he was making, I think they'll go undefeated the whole year or giving them minor premiership now. I was like, bro, wait.
You're right. I said give them the premiership.
All sides that ended their run, not 12 rounds in or 16 rounds in or 8 rounds in. It was his own side 2 rounds later that he backed.
2 days later, not even 2 rounds.
2 days later. I got that he backed.
Lockie Galvin, the GOAT.
Well done.
Future Origin halfback.
Elmo wanted to fight me, remember? And I was trying to give him the example that Brisbane in 96 won their first 8 games, I think by a margin of 37.5 points, or they were scoring on average 37.5, and then didn't even make the top pool.
All right, so
it is a long season, 27 rounds.
Bulldogs Glaze session over. If you did like the Glaze session, please be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share the Glaze session with all your Doggies fans, all your Doggies mates, all your Penrith mates as well, so they know how good the Doggies were.
I wanted to continue it a bit more. I don't know if you guys have any info about any around the grounds of their lower grades. Nothing?
Yeah, so Finau Latu
Yep.
played in the competition below New
The
South Wales
20s,
Cup.
the Fleeg 20,
Yeah,
21s.
the flags.
Yep.
And apparently he killed it.
So
I don't
back
know
to
why
reserve.
they've sent him to
Nah,
flag.
he probably needed game time.
Maybe needed game time.
You know.
He played very well. They had a good performance, the Bulldogs in the unders. Was there anything in particular you wanted to talk about?
Any news on Mitch Woods? Is he back? Or what's
Not
think
back yet.
Not yet.
Not
He's
back
still
yet.
injured.
All right, who else we got there? Cassius Tia.
No, Cassius
he's
T has
gone.
left.
He's gone. You got Alex Conti there.
All right, what about Jack Underhill? Oh, any props forwards been killing it? No one?
No,
Anyone?
they've been playing well, but like
You don't
they
hear much
seem
about
to-
Yeah.
No, so we saw last week Alakasimi Jones creep up onto the team list for the first time this year.
Yep.
He ended up playing well. Like he's the guy that had the blonde hair in the
Right.
trials. I
Yeah,
thought he was really
yeah,
good.
he was good.
Jack Underhill was still being touted as the next prop coming through.
I would love to see him get a run this year in first grade.
Not sure when.
What about that fullback of yours? What was his name again?
Ty Cochran?
Yeah, how did it nothing?
Yeah, good. No, he's doing well. He's
And
doing
what
very
about
well.
your Fleeg? I mean, not your Fleeg, your SG Bourne Matthews. Make the finals? Anything?
I haven't really been following as
I'm
much.
pretty sure they did.
I think if
look
there's
it up.
no noise around it all, then it's probably just been an ordinary season or low par, anyways. All right, I thought I'd just continue the Glaze session somewhere. I think we'll start paying more attention to the lower grades as well. We'll give it a 2-minute wrap each week. What do you reckon, boys?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about
I
it.
was looking at your Dragons in the New South Wales Cup.
The Dragons in the
a
New South
nice
Wales,
little segue.
Dragons in New South Wales Cup and Fleeg will always they'll be somewhere, but it just never translates to first grade because they mismanage all that. Because they don't give them a run, right? And then other clubs come circling and say, "Hey, we got a few spots for you." So they come and snap them up right away. That's what happens.
All right. Next game.
Lovely Dragons and Manly.
Yeah.
That was the 6 o'clock game.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to get blown away pretty early, pretty quickly, especially when they went up 16-0 and it was like 3 tries in 5 minutes. And then they bounced back to get ahead 18-16. I don't know if anyone saw. I had a tweet basically saying that Tui Pilotu and Sully are both off, and I think I messaged the group chat as well. And then when Sully came back on, I was cursing, right? And then he went from 18-16 to 28-18, and they could have probably scored another 1 or 2 tries. He cannot defend for his life, and he's very lazy. But incidentally, when both of them went off, the Dragons recovered. I've been saying it for weeks. They are a problem on that left side, on each side they play on.
So I want to start with Manly just because they won. I thought, look, it's interesting. Foreign is 100% on his
They'll come. Okay.
like. He's doing well
It's a
so
good
far.
start. It's a good
very
start.
good start, and obviously, like they have a cracking back line, so he's just sort of getting them in that position where they're able to use their speed and their ability. Like for example, one of the tries that was scored, Garrick showed his speed, and then there was another set
that was
play
good.
where they went to Saab, which was incredible, and he's just using their speed and their back line. To the team's advantage, and the forwards are getting a good roll on. They haven't had the toughest of games, to be honest. I thought the Dragons were pretty poor this game.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
But
like-
it's a morale booster for Manly. They needed those wins.
It is like
It's timely.
it's good
Dragons
to see.
are poor.
Like Fogarty is a champion player.
Yeah.
He has been their best all year. Even when they were getting smashed, he was their
Yeah.
best. And now that he's got a team that's playing with a bit more motivation, has got better attitude.
Yeah.
Bro, he's killing it. He's
course.
absolutely killing it. Look, I'm gonna once again say, I love watching Tolatau Kula play. Please come to the Dogs, bro. Please come to the Dogs. He is,
He's re-signed though, isn't he?
5 years, bro.
Oh, wow.
He's fantastic. Tolatau
Tomala's
Kula is
also gone shot right back into the Origin
Wow.
arena, back into form.
Olakawatu.
Yeah, like he's running with
he had a-
intent. He's
he had a good
damaging
battle.
his runs. His offloads,
He had a
you
good-
always have to keep an eye on it.
He had a good battle with Leilua.
Leilua was so good.
Man, he's copying a lot of flack from fans.
That's because they're idiots, bro.
Bro, he's been our best player this year.
Bro.
Like, there was that kick he put behind the plays. The only reason the ball that went out is because
There's
our
no one
wingers are
chasing.
bloody
Yeah,
snail.
no one was- yeah.
Like if it was Tui Pilotu, he was still going out. Finau was going out regardless. They're both slow.
Yeah.
He should have
Like,
passed.
you know,
he should have passed.
But it was a try for all money.
But he should have passed. The safer option is to pass.
I don't know if
He's
they
back
still.
rower, but he
I don't
has
know if
been,
they would have scored.
he has been one of your best players all year.
Honestly, people criticizing him. Watch the game like this.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
He's been our best player
They
week in,
watch, they
week
watch
out.
it like this, bro.
Man, he brought him back into the game.
Yeah, he did.
Pretty much single-handedly.
And even his attitude after when they were interviewing him, like
he was
you could
dirty.
tell, he was dirty, bro.
He was dirty. He's not here for a pay packet.
Yeah, like all right, he's getting paid good, but as in,
Can I just say, I've been saying it week in, week out, he's outperforming Saw. I don't know if you remember me saying it, Elmo. I'd say he played better than Saw. He's playing better than Saw. He's playing better than Saw. And then the news came out, obviously Saw's leaving. And then there you go. Saw, really knowing that he's leaving to go to Para, hasn't been playing out of his skin. He hasn't been playing out of his skin. Like, he got exposed. And then it's like, okay. For someone that reads between the lines or just notices how players are performing with their body language, pretty much tell me, he doesn't want to be there.
You know, I want to hit you with this theory. So I'm in a WhatsApp group with a bunch of other pundits and whatnot. Like, everyone loves their footy.
Yeah, and people come out with
and they
good
brought it
takes.
to my attention
Yeah, they'll probably come out
that
with good
there's a secret WhatsApp group happening at the Dragons where all the players, apart from Shane Flanagan and Kyle
I've
Flanagan,
heard this
are in
before.
it.
I've heard this before.
And they all conspiring with each other to throw the game.
that's bullshit.
I 100% believe it because there's no way
they wouldn't throw.
these efforts were like.
No. You know
You
what
don't
it
even
is?
see it in 5th grade.
You know what it is? It's, do I go to the coach and tell him your son's not good enough and then cause an awkward situation and problems throughout the year? Because look at Shane. He seems like the malicious type. Or you undermine you.
He's kind of shown that in the media.
He undermined Ben Hunt in the media while he was still playing for him
Yeah.
for a whole year. And then after he left, he's still blaming him for how the Dragons are going. Like, dude, you're a first grade coach. You're a coach. You've had 2 years now to move on. And stop throwing him under the bus.
He did that for
you had a
NRL
chance-
360 as well.
You had a chance to go sign players, but you didn't go for sign for other halves on availability because you still think your son is it.
Yep.
Like, that is insane. Did you see that Simpsons meme come out
Yeah.
about how Homer chooses his butt for his quarterback?
Yeah.
That's exactly how things are playing out at the Dragons. Like, did his son even have a try assist throughout the game?
I'm not sure. I haven't really checked the stats on him, but like, just to come back to the Sea Eagles,
His son kept taking the ball on the last and getting tackled with it. Did you see that?
I gotta
That
say,
was horrendous.
Tom Trbojevic has had a really good start to the year. Even when they weren't playing well, I thought Tom Trbojevic was putting his
I
body
thought
on the
he's
line.
been flat. This game, I
He was
honestly thought he didn't even try.
No, you know what's good about Turbo?
He
gives
didn't need to
effort,
try.
and then he comes out without any injury. Like, I think, tick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tick,
because I think he's been putting his body on the line. He's been running hard
He's
at the
playing well.
line. Like there was a couple of tries where he ran on 4th and just went straight into the line, hoping to break through.
Give him a few more weeks injury free. I reckon he'll start hitting his straps again.
Honestly, and, if he can stay injury free, I'd love to see him back in Origin because I think
Yeah.
like he's the type of player that can burn people.
That year they had him in Latrell.
Yeah, bro,
and
we
Teddy.
killed them.
Oh my god.
And the other one, that I think has been really good for them, and it probably won't get like the accolades that he deserves, is Corey Waddell. I know, like, he's not the flashiest, but I reckon he's been really solid for them, both in attack and in defense, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've really rated Paseka, but he does get the praise for it. Like, he's carried that forward pack. And I thought Kobe Hetherington had a good game.
Nah, Kobe was
albeit
garbage.
For this game,
Against the Dragons.
he had a good game over here.
I don't like Kobe Hetherington.
Okay. But no, then I'll give him the glaze because he had a good game in this game.
It's
personal.
And Paseka had a good game. Like, you've got young forwards that should have been dominating. Once again, Shane Flanagan proves that he doesn't know how to use the bench.
He was a chance for the Dragons to post their first win of the year. Poor.
Oh, it was definitely a chance
Very
for them.
poor.
Yeah.
Especially after taking the lead.
You had like a 20 or 30-minute period, or not you, the Dragons did, where they had all the ball,
Yeah.
all the momentum.
But no
and
penetration.
Kyle will probably
You know
end
what's
up...
mad? They got this play, and somebody already pointed out, and they're on the money. And I think I spoke about it last week. They run the under, and they keep doing it again and again. They'll have an overlap out wide. They'll run the under. It'll work once or twice. Doesn't mean they score. They might make a bust or good meters, but they keep running it, and then they keep coming back on the inside, and there's no link-up played as well to keep the defense guessing. It's like they'll all run the under, and there's nobody on his left or right to link up with.
Yeah,
They'll
famous,
keep doing it.
the famous X ball.
So then, what's it called? The defense is knowing, they're not going wide. But they don't mix it up.
Yeah, there's no variety. That's always the biggest problem with a lot of these teams when they have these.
And who they're running the unders off? Kyle Flanagan. No one else.
That was the exact same problem we had with him at the Dogs. Do you remember? The
Yep,
lack of variety.
Export.
Yeah.
That was my biggest gripe with
And then he
Sexton
takes on
as
the
well.
line, and he doesn't even bust the line or find support.
The thing I love about Galvin is I feel like Galvin's not afraid to take the line on. Whereas like you look
That's
at some
how
of
you
the
should be.
yeah, 100%. Like Galvin, the thing again. Remember we said it even when we were losing. Galvin is touching the ball so often. Galvin is playing his best. Galvin is so fit.
He takes the game. He takes the game on. Doesn't run away from
He
it.
never runs away
there'll,
from it.
There'll be games he'll make 4 or 5 line breaks.
Yeah,
right.
bro,
And there'll be games he'll make 0 line breaks. But there'll be games he'll make 2, 3 repeatedly.
Yeah.
2, 3 line breaks repeatedly. Well, whatever you want to call him now, has become a halfback or quarterback, whatever you want to call him. Will make 0 line breaks. He might make 1 line break every 13 rounds.
All right, let me finish off with the Seagulls and we'll go straight to the Dragons. I'll let you have your monologue. What I want to say is great win by the Seagulls. I know that it was there for the Dragons
Still a
to
lot
win.
of improvement. Yeah.
A lot of improvement in them, and I like.
Most teams will wallop them still.
Yeah,
Most.
I think.
But they could take from this, right, and build on it.
Yeah,
and that's
it
what you want them
helps.
to
They
take
got
from
2
it.
wins on the board.
But at least
It
they're not going to
helps.
get the spoon. Like think of it that way.
Who they got this week?
That's a good question.
Find out.
Nick Minute, Gold Coast.
They've got Cowboys, which should be a good game.
Away.
It'll be a
Cowboys.
good game.
Cowboys hitting their straps.
Oh, Cowboys. We'll get into it. But look,
Somehow Manly's 9th. Explain how.
they're good on
What a
the
strange
Seagulls. Foreign, well done. You're 2 from 2. Let's see how you go next week against the Cows.
Yeah.
Now, the Dragons. Go.
He put Sloan at fullback. I'll start with his positives.
That was a forced change, though, not a wanted change.
Yeah, it was a forced change, and it was a positive. He didn't drop not 1 high ball. He popped up in defence. He was willing in attack. He found Setutu in the open a few times. Was willing to throw the ball around. He was starting to, he even tried to put a kick in that didn't come off, and obviously Manly went downfield about 40 metres. But I feel like if he gets to play there every week, he'll grow in confidence. He's against Souths this week. I'd love for him to have another good game. Obviously the following week they'll get, they got Roosters. But anyways, but I feel like the more he gets to play in fullback and not being held critical if he makes 1 error and then dropped and have his confidence crushed is a good thing. The more he gets to play, the better. Basically that's one positive. Another positive was the hardworking Setutu. This is the sort of players that Flanagan needs. Hard workers, players that will chase work, players that aren't scared to have a go. Man, Setutu was fantastic. He busted so many tackles. He didn't stop running. He scored a try. He should have had another. Unfortunately, he lost it. He pulled off a crazy try save on Talatau Kula as well. He took some good high balls.
He ran the most of any Dragons player with 220 metres.
And another positives were like Leilua, Stewart, Couchman trying to look for work. Gula was okay, he finally put on Jacob Little before half time.
That was frustrating.
And it dragged him back into the game when he scored that try. There were a few of the positives he had, but negatives, he's still got me deadbeat players that are really costing this team and not offering anything this year. He's still putting them in the lineup. Like the media will come out and say the players are letting him down. No, he's choosing them. That's his team. He's choosing them week in, week out. He's got a 30-man squad. He's got plenty of backs to choose from. He's got Toi Pilato, who seems to be injured every 4 or 5 weeks. Sully offers nothing and then gets injured. Like when Finney came on, he actually did better than both of them put together. Matt Finney's nothing crash shot. I'd love to see other lower graders get a run before him. Like there's some good backliners in that reserve grade and even the 20s that could fill in reserve grade, first grade and absolutely kill it. They're absolute flyers, no slouches, right? So he's still choosing me those sort of players. Obviously, he sees his son as the messiah in the team. Like such is the delusion. Such is the delusion. Couldn't he give Like and King Toga another run?
Alongside Daniel Atkinson.
Cade Reed, throw him in.
Yeah.
I don't care. Don't come and tell me he's not ready because your son ain't ready anyway. He's never been ready.
He'll never be.
He's never been ready. Your son's a turnstile in defence. Like Cade Reed, man, like every week in, week, I know it's reserve grade, but week in, week out, him and Like and King Toga, they torch defences.
But that's all he can do. Like he's in New South Wales Cup. That's all he can do. Continue to torch teams.
Yeah, without ever throwing him in first grade. Like why? Why do you have to tell me, Laurie tried, but I think it's past him. Halangahu dropped off the 17-man team list straight into reserves.
Honestly, I don't get it.
And then, him and Loka had another crunching game in the reserves. So when did him and Loka ever get into first grade and start?
Never.
When are we going to see that? Like the guy got to start
when Flanagan leaves.
Yeah, exactly. If Flanagan gets the kick on Tuesday, which I'm hoping he does, half these players won't get selected, which is a blessing. I guarantee to save their season, they got to get rid of him. It's a cancer.
Yeah, but bro, then they're gonna have Dean Young come in.
No, honestly, give him the. Is there anyone like who's Penrith's assistants?
Oh, they've got Peter Wallace.
Oh, I like that. Ben Hornby from Souths. Look, somebody asked me during the week who would I sign as a coach. You might not agree with him, but two options. And they've gone far away from home, and they've done decent. The Warriors coach.
Andrew Webster.
Yep, I would sign him if you wanted to come back home.
Locked up long term.
I'm just saying, just give me the options, right?
He will never leave.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to come back home, how long has he got left at the Warriors? 2 years?
He just last year re-signed for 3 years.
So he's got another 2 years. All right, so they can't break that, unfortunately, right? So that ticks out.
I don't think the Warriors will let him go.
Another one, he might not agree with it, Todd Payton. He's gone away from home to the Cowboys. I think in 4 years he's had 2 finals appearances out of 4. This is his 5th year, right? They're sitting in 4th at the moment. He's had quite a bit of a squad change, and he's had the challenge of having a prop that doesn't play as he used to on $1 million a year, which is a sizable chunk out of his salary.
I don't think people overstate that, in my opinion. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
He ideally would love to use the money elsewhere,
But if he gets 50 minutes out of him.
Yeah.
Only this year.
It's true.
Look, he has to use him because he's on big bucks. But anyway, look, he's had some players come through, Jackson Purdue and...
Labour and
and Chester and obviously he's brought Tom Dearden over to the club. And
you don't think you have issues like beyond just the coaching, like
I'm
because
just
you've
saying
had multiple coaches in the last 5-6 years.
No, you're right. We do have more issues than just the coaching, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you go whoever's on that football board. Look, I look at it. The Win Corporation don't have footy people on the board. It's more like business people. Or jobs for mates. There's areas there, even the footballing department. Who the hell is Ben Harron?
Yeah.
Every year you hear him get absolutely drubbed through the mud, and he still hasn't been fired because he's been there for a long time. Like some people came out and obviously apologized because they did some personal attacks on him, and that was probably going too far. But why does he still have a job? And it just goes all the way down. Like, a lot of these guys need to be fired. Look, if you go on the executive board, there's a lot of dinosaurs on there. Do you remember when Jack Clifton, who used to host the Red V podcast, and came on and he gave us the whole list of the Dragons board? There was people there from the 80s, and like 40 years plus. Sure, they'd seen 6 grand final appearances and 1 premiership, but at that time, the Dragons had seen no grand final appearance for 15 years and no finals appearance for about 7-8 years. Like, dude, how old are you? 90? 80?
Probably.
Like, give it up.
Yeah.
Like, it reeks. And from there, like, honestly, like, they're 2 established good. Andrew Webster and Payton.
You wouldn't get either of them.
Is Payton off contract?
No. Oh, yeah, he is. But not until next year, I think.
I mean, the Cowboys...
I'm not sure if they've...
But I don't think the Cowboys... If you wanted to leave, the Cowboys probably wouldn't stand in his way.
What about Adam O'Brien?
No. Definitely not.
Why not?
Definitely not. Like, he stagnated Newcastle.
I don't think head coaching's for him.
No, I wouldn't even have him. He stagnated Newcastle. They got the spoon. He came to the Dogs, and their attack stagnated in that first 5 weeks. Don't know where it goes from here.
Yeah, but then Ciraldo said that a lot of the attacking work that they did was thanks to O'Brien.
Of course he's going to come out and support his
I don't think so. I don't
like...
both of you guys have been harsh on Adam O'Brien. I'm a supporter of him.
Elmo was trying to support him.
Nah, not last week. Not after the Knights game.
I don't know. I think...
I wouldn't take Adam O'Brien. Definitely not.
But
you need a strong head coach that can push back against the board, because I don't even think...
Todd Payton.
I think your coaching...
I like Todd Payton.
He's
a strong
part of the problem, but it's your board, it's the C-suite.
Yeah.
Because you've had this problem for the last
30 years.
But,
particularly in the last 8 years.
Honestly, I like Todd Payton. Like, he was at... He
was at the Warriors, then he went to the Cowboys.
He was at the Warriors, did decent there too. And it's not like he just got thrown in the Warriors job. He won a premiership in the under-20s for the Tigers. I think the only premiership to date. Then he went to the Warriors, did a decent job there, and then got snapped up by the Cowboys. And that's away from home. Like, if you in Europe, that's probably bypassing 30 countries to get to where he is. He's had his adversity. He's had up and down. Like, the yo-yo, they go finals, they go out. They go finals, they go out. Like, I feel like this year they'll make the finals again. I like to see him. I like to see them take a punt on him. He's had about 7 years of coaching in first grade, right? Almost 6 years. I'd like to see him go there. Like Elmo wants me to take. Who's your suggestion then? He's telling me no, but I want to know who.
Ben Hornby. I think you got to get someone in there that loves the team.
I said that. Yeah, Ben Hornby. I definitely would take him or Peter Wallace.
I think.
I would like to see them. I don't want to see Dean Young. No, I want that.
Yeah, me
guy.
either. I don't want to see Dean Young.
I want someone that's
Someone's fresh.
Someone that
could come choose
someone
on
that-
talent.
fresh.
Someone
Someone
that's
that
not
could choose on
giving high
talent.
fives to the board and his dad's on the board
Yeah.
or involved with the club because his dad, Craig Young.
100%, 100%.
They think they got the real estate at the Dragons.
When Demetrio left and Hornby was the coach before Wayne Bennett came back to the Rabbitohs, I actually thought Ben Hornby did a great job.
And don't forget, he was a halfback. He was a fullback and a halfback.
Yeah,
throughout his career.
he started fullback and they moved him to halfback.
And he played wing, and he put up his hand. He was a hard work. He knows hard work, and he knows all of that.
He never came to him easy. It wasn't one of those heavily gifted fullbacks. He was just one of those hard workers.
I used to see him at Cars Park Gym when he was coming through, and he was it was a fringe first grader then, but man, he was at every training session driving from where he was a Cornwall Cougars junior, and he was at every training session training his ass off, swimming laps, ball. They used to train at Cars Park back in the days.
What about Brad Arthur?
No, definitely not. 10 years at Para, the darling of the media, the darling of the NRL cause. 2 wooden spoons, mind you. Don't be-
3, wasn't it? 3 wooden spoons?
or whatever, 2. 1 grand final appearance, benefited from player signings. They got the run of player signings at times. Somehow it just fell in their lap. Mitchell Moses and some other players. Like King Gutho was the darling of the media and the refs' calls as well. And nothing came of it. Nothing came of it, honestly. And then what happened? You had 10 years to do whatever you wanted, and what happened? They started regressing.
Yeah, after they lost their grand final, they couldn't come
They
back.
started just going backwards. No, I wouldn't take him.
The biggest problem for the Dragons right now is that even if they get rid of Shane tomorrow, I don't think they'll see that resurgence like Manly, for example.
Fuck no.
You know why? Because Carl's still going to be there. And so the team is like...
It's like, you know what? A brave coach wouldn't choose him right away.
No. But you know what it does is
And
that...
he won't be there for long term.
The baggage remains. Because the idea is when you get rid of the coach immediately, you're getting rid of that baggage that the coach has. But if his son's still there...
Doesn't have to choose him.
No, but if his son's still and he doesn't get chosen, the other players, it's still going to have some sort of a psychological impact that Carl's not being chosen because his dad just got fired. It still adds a negativity from the media.
Can I tell you something? I don't think the players there would give a fuck.
I disagree.
Do you think Leilua and Saul would care?
No, but it's not
On
about
a
them
personality?
caring. But the media is going to make a circus out of it for this new coach. Like when Foreign came on, everyone has backed him. We want Foreign to do it, whatever. But if a new coach comes in and then drops Carl Flanagan, that's going to be what the media is going to focus on.
I don't think so. Because you know what?
Negotiate.
Fox Sports have been absolutely shitting on Flanagan. Did you see Danny Wilder come out and say, I reckon the new coach come in, Fox Sports, will be on his, trying to, they'll give him the pat on the back. That's what I reckon
hope
anyway.
so. I don't like it when the media death ride the coach as soon as they come in.
Same.
It's like
Same.
just pathetic.
But you know what? He brought it upon himself.
No,
No,
it's
it's
delusion.
different. When they first come in, they start questioning results after 4 weeks, 5 weeks. It's like, relax, guys.
He needs a couple of years
and
at
they
least.
death ride it.
Yeah.
This is what the club needs now, a new coach. It will take a
That's
lot
it,
of pressure
simple.
off the players.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
But look, it's going to be a tough couple of weeks for the Dragons. They've got the
100%.
Rabbitohs and then they've got the Roosters.
Roosters.
The Roosters are khara, but
And then they got the tough gig against the bye.
yeah.
What are you doing that week off? Do you cause scandals, even more scandals? Man, they had, hey, hang on a sec. We missed this. They had a week. What a week did they have off the field as well?
What happened? Oh yeah,
What a week. Wow. The merch truck tipped over on the Princess Highway. Did you see the video footage? Was the driver drunk? Or was he just an idiot that doesn't know how to drive? It feels like another jobs for mates. Low performer off the field as well. He's got a job there as well. And then obviously Saw's leaving to go to Parramatta. I mean, I'll have to know the whole... it will come out. It will come out.
That doesn't make sense to me.
It will come out. It will come out. No, not from... The Dragons might be thinking one thing, but I want to hear it from Saw's perspective.
Yeah, but you know what? Why would you leave the Dragons to go another basket case in the Eels?
Maybe he's disillusioned.
Or
Same
that
thing
speaks to a coaching
Maybe he's
problem.
disillusioned the same way
Sorry?
Ben Hunt was.
Speaks to a coaching problem, in my opinion.
Maybe the same way Ben Hunt was disillusioned. It might be the same. I want to hear it. Saw's not saying
Ben Hunt
anything
won
now.
the premiership.
It was so... Once he leaves, you'll hear everything.
All right. Next game. This was quite an entertaining game. The Queensland Derby, North Queensland Cowboys up against the Suncorp, the Brisbane Broncos.
Suncorp Broncos. What a name. The Red Hill
I
Broncos.
thought this was a very entertaining game. Went down to the wire. Obviously, the Cowboys ended up winning it.
Yep.
How did you see this one, boys?
Watching this game.
I think we all said it was going to be a close game. Remember?
No, I said Cowboys by 18. So after the first 20 minutes, I was sitting. I was actually heading out to go watch the game, and I had it. When you're listening to the game or whatever
On the radio?
Yeah, so I was listening to the game, and I was like, I had the biggest smile on my face. I was like, I'm going to jump on the podcast and say, I told you guys that Cowboys are going to blow the Broncos away. But then the ref found a way back in for the Broncos, in my opinion. But
It's pathetic.
I thought it was like a good game. Like,
was
it's what you'd
entertaining.
expect from the
Tries.
Broncos and what you expect from the Cowboys. Like,
Yeah.
not so much of focus on defense, but more like focus on the flashy stuff, like the scoring. I thought Tom Duffy had Matt Duffy, sorry.
No,
Is it
Tom
Matt-
Duffy.
Tom, I was
Tom
right.
Duffy.
Tom.
Tom
Matt
Duffy. I thought he had a
Souths.
good game against his old club, but I thought for myself, Scott Drinkwater is like
sta-
just
He started to show
pushing
that.
it up.
Yeah, he started to show that vintage form from about 3-4 years ago.
So
4 years ago. I think.
So
Yeah.
with this game, 35-31 is the first time in recorded NRL history that the game has ended 35-31.
Oh wow,
Scoregami, rugbyleagueproject.com.au. This is the
Nice.
first time this has been recorded.
very good.
I'm a little bit disappointed, to be honest. Too many points scored. I hate seeing games like this.
That's how
I-
both those sides play.
I don't
They're
think. I know,
attack-minded.
but I don't think it was like just absolute lazy defense across the park. Like you had Jackson
it was-
Purdue's try. There was 2 long distance tries. You had tries off kicks. Like Cowboys, could have defended a bit better, but some of the tries from both sides were absolutely amazing.
Like that try that Purdue scored.
That length of the field try, that would have been one of my attacking plays of the week. Like speed is like
There's no replacement for speed.
It's so good.
Do you know who that try reminded me of?
Ben Barber.
Ben Barber.
Yeah,
That was
Ben Barber.
vintage Ben Barber. The way he would run length of the field.
Yeah.
Bro, I wish we could
But
find...
that was set up by Scott Drinkwater.
Oh, Drinkwater's up, bro.
Like-
I've been saying this for a while now. I want Drinkwater at the Bulldogs. I actually want Drinkwater at the Bulldogs. At Vegas, I spoke to him and I said, bro, are you going to come to the Dogs? And he just looked at me and he laughed. I said, bro, the Bulldogs will take you any day. And if someone like Drinkwater was at fullback for us, I think that takes our attack to the next level. Especially with the discipline and the defense of the Bulldogs. And it's not about the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Look, it was a good game to watch. And it was a good game for the Cowboys because they were able to... They went under adversity, and I thought they were going to buckle.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They held tight, and they came back, and they won the game. Now, Reid Marnie only played 10 minutes. Sonny Luke played 70. For a player that, the Panthers didn't want, and a lot of people said couldn't play 80 minutes, I thought he played very well for 70.
Yeah.
He was excellent. And even, I was watching this with a Cowboys supporter, and he was clearly impressed by Sonny Luke in place of
Reid Marnie.
Reid Marnie, who, Reid Marnie hasn't been poor by any account. He's been good, but he's lacking that spark that Sonny Luke
He's been
provides.
good, but not great,
Yeah.
essentially. Tom Chester, for me, was like, for someone that's come out of nowhere,
Yeah.
he's absolutely surprised me in the centers. Like, he runs hard.
Especially
He's usually he's top 3 meter eater in that
Very
Cowboys
quick.
team. Defensively, pretty sound, but like that's not what the Cowboys are known for, unfortunately. Like, as in most of them can be turnstiles every now and then. But he defends well. He passes well. Runs hard lines. Like, that's what you want from your center. Doesn't leave his line and miss his tackle most of the time anyway. I thought it was a good game. It's just stressful being a Cowboys supporter. Like, when Tom Duffy, 10 minutes to go, went for the field goal, I was with you.
Yeah.
And it's like, he actually went for a field goal, and we're just a bit stunned. Like, no one expected it. Cowboys line didn't expect it.
But I like that. I thought that was very smart.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was very smart.
And then
defend your ass off.
And then Scott Drinkwater,
From the right-hand side.
I was just like, he was aura maxing with that. Takes a couple steps to the left and slots it straight through.
Bro, I was like, is this guy... Did he just... Bro, I thought, what is he doing? And
Yeah.
he literally got it in between the two
No,
sticks.
just like, just
It was
class.
great. It
That
was so
class.
good to see.
Freak.
Honestly, it was fantastic
And then
to
the
see.
nothing play at the end to close it out with Helam Luki's try, like just putting up a kick,
That
and
was excellent.
it goes to show, like, if you
It
compete
was
for
an
the ball,
enjoyable game.
It was.
You compete for the ball, you attack the ball,
yeah.
you stay
Luki's.
around
Keep
the
your
ball,
legs moving.
keep your legs, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, I like players that stay busy, man.
I want to point out 2 statistics for 2 players who, for me, are very impressive.
Yep.
And one of these is an old dog. One of them is a new guy. So Jason Taumalolo ran for 241 meters.
Wow, that's turning back the clock.
That's turning back.
That's in like 40-something
Do you
minutes
remember
as well.
literally every game was like 300 meters nearly?
Yeah, he was
In
averaging.
48 minutes, he ran 241
That's
meters.
Alta Malalo.
That's insane.
They've managed him
prime.
well. They've
Yeah.
managed him excellently.
And then Thomas McKaylee in 51 minutes ran 209 meters.
wow.
Bro, Thomas McKaylee is a freak. He's
Yeah.
a great
I
prop.
remember saying that the whole game. Like, who's this kid? Who's this kid?
He's
Like,
like
this
the Tigers.
absolute
That's right.
weapon.
They just re-signed him as well, Thomas McKaylee. They just gave him an extension.
Good for
A
him.
good extension. Like, he's
A great
fantastic. Runs
extension.
with intent. Runs hard.
Very impressive. Look, I'll tell you the other one who I have been so super impressed with. I cannot believe. And he's had a bit of a roller coaster to get to this. Is Jake Clifford? You know, he was at the Cowboys. He didn't do very well. He left, went to the Knights, didn't do well. Then he came back, didn't do well. Then went to England, didn't want him. And then he came back. So he's been going and coming back to the Cowboys a few times, and I feel like he's finally
Finding his mojo again.
finding his mojo and clicking with Dearden.
Because he had a great start to his career.
He had a really good start, but then it was very up and down, and he was made the scapegoat, and then he's come back, and now he's just kicking wonderful goals. He's
He's so dangerous at the line as well. Like, a couple of years ago, you wouldn't think this of Jake Clifford.
Right.
Last year, even.
he was a vanilla player. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, for a long time, it was like, he's nothing.
Like, he'll plug in the job
Yeah.
if someone went down. But, like, this year, he's actually a threat with the ball.
He's owning
Really
his
good to see,
position. Yeah. And obviously, we've spoken about Purdue. Scott Drinkwater's amazing. I can't believe they actually want to let him go, but they want to put.
That's a tough position
They
to
got
be
some
in.
young players coming in.
Well,
man.
Purdue's supposed to be
Purdue,
their
they've
fullback.
re-signed. But does that make
Even
you...
Chester could play back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, does it make you a bit worried that, like... Or for me, anyway, just Scott Drinkwater is proven over the last 5-6 years in the fullback position. We all know his defensive flaws, right? And for me, that's a coaching thing. Like,
I agree.
why aren't you on top of it? But, like, to be having the discussion, go look and find somewhere else
doesn't make
next
sense
year.
to me.
When Jackson Purdue hasn't been proven in the fullback position, and he's absolutely flying in centre. Like, he'll play Origin centre this year
For Queensland.
for Queensland. I have him over Toya, like, any day of the week.
Not just over, but don't forget they'll have
Who?
They have good depth.
No, they don't.
they have Hamaso.
Yeah, so what? One.
They've got Shibasaki.
I take him over Shibasaki any day of the week.
They've
You know,
got
you're right. He might get a run.
Anderson.
Anderson's
Ah.
injured. He'll have
he
like
will be,
2
he will be,
games
right,
before.
right. Howarth as well.
Isn't
This
he
guy's
Kiwi?
miles ahead. Like,
Isn't Havath Kiwi?
Yeah, but you know with the new rules,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sure
sorry,
Howarth.
sorry.
but even then, like, would you put Purdue behind Howarth?
No, it's a good point.
Like,
Yeah,
Purdue's
look,
absolutely
I'm with you.
killing
I'm with
it.
you. It was a great.
He's having a well.
Look, it was a great performance by the Cowboys. I've got to say they've won 4 in a row now, and that is very impressive because I remember we were saying that it's either them or the Manly to get the spoon, and they've
Yeah.
just come back and really proven us wrong. And happy to say, humble pie, like they've
Yeah.
been excellent, great. I
Their
also-
challenge is doing it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I think that's their issue. But I also have to praise now the Broncos, given the injury list that they've got. I actually thought the Broncos were quite.
They almost pulled it out.
Yeah.
I use the brave word. How come you're not saying brave?
What did I say?
No, I just hate it when people say, "Oh, they were
Hayes
brave."
Perham getting closer to a game.
Look, I actually think Hayes Perham isn't as bad as we remember him, only because
No.
in 2023 that was a really bad year for everyone.
Yeah.
And the fact is that Seraldo has shown that he can make the right decisions, and if he saw something in Hayes Perham, I actually think Hayes Perham is better than we remember. Genuinely.
Of course.
I thought Jesse Arthur's at fullback was quite good.
Always gives you 100% that guy.
Yeah, I thought
He missed some critical tackles.
He does, but he always
He only
puts
had
in the
5
effort.
tackle attempts and missed 4. Like, I don't know.
He always puts in 100%.
I thought in attack he was everywhere.
He always tries.
Karapani and Dean Mariner, bro, they are
How
amazing
good are they?
wingers,
Oh,
bro. They are amazing.
Mariners a
wingers.
whippet, man.
Bro, even Karapani, what a freak. I thought, to be honest, I thought this game, their centers were a bit like.
Yes.
Oh, no, I was going to rate Stags. I thought
I was going to say Staggs was better than Gamat, but I
Yeah.
thought Gamat was very, very quiet this game. Ezra Mam threw a couple of peach passes. He was great. Payne Haas wasn't at his best, I thought, but he still ran for 189 meters. Blake Moser, unfortunately, can't take a trick. Copped another 8-week injury.
That hurt
Yeah,
him.
that was a was a tough tackle to be
They
involved
almost
in.
pulled it off.
For
man.
me, for the Broncos, I thought they just that sin bin from Patrick Carrigan, like doing the same tackle he did against the Raiders. It is what it is. He had to cop the 10 minutes in the bin. I thought they never recovered from that. It caught up to him in the back end. Like, you had Payne Huss, like, coming back. He's clearly a bit hampered, but, like, running that, they were chasing. Like, for that 10-minute period, they were chasing, constantly chasing a player in a line break or defending. Like, they ended up getting the ball, I think, the last 3 minutes of that. But for the 7 minutes, ball and play, they were constantly getting hammered. But it caught up to him in the second half. In that last 15 minutes, they had a bit of run of momentum. And once that fizzled out, they were done. But I don't think you can fault any one single player and, like, point a finger and say, hey, it was you that cost us the game. All around, like, both these teams need to get better at defense.
Yes.
I expected Ezra Mam, like, he had a pretty good game, but I expect him to shoulder a bit more of the burden next to Thomas Duffy.
I think we forget that Ezra Mam is still quite young. Like, he's not ready, I think, maybe to be the main guy, even though next year when Pezzett comes, he's probably going to have to be.
He's a 6. They were missing all their playmakers, right? Like, they're missing
that's
Walsh,
why,
Hunt.
That's why I'm not being
Reynolds.
harsh on them.
Yeah.
I thought they competed well.
Like, if this is their B grade side, they're gonna make the finals.
Yeah, 100% they will. There's no doubt they'll make the finals. Any thoughts on the Broncos, Dibbo?
They need their troops back.
Yeah, 100%.
They'll still compete against any side.
100%. It was a great game to watch. All right, next game, Raiders and Rabbitohs. Bit of a bludger of a game.
4 out of 10. Put on a better show,
Game of
guys.
2 halves. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Rabbitohs didn't show up in the first half, and then the Raiders forgot to come out of the sheds in the second half.
Far out. Still question marks over them.
Look, someone called it. Was who you guys both said? I think the Raiders won't make the 8. Is that what you guys said?
No, I said
I
they'll
had them
make
on the fringe. I had them coming 8th, but I wasn't sold.
I had Souths making the 8.
I don't think either of these teams make the 8.
Yeah.
And Souths are probably they were hurt when Jai Gray hurt his shoulder.
Yeah,
so-
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
But they've got Latrell Mitchell, bro.
I know, but he's so deadly in the centres, man.
Look, Raiders pulled it out. Kaya Weeks scores 2 tries. One of them a scintillating long distance try.
Yeah,
it was fantastic.
That was awesome.
Ethan Sanders and Ethan Strange, I still think that they're not yet where
I
they
thought
need
they
to
had
be.
the foot on the throat in the first half. Like,
They
it's a
did.
game of 2 halves, right? In the first half, whatever, the Raiders just needed the win. Like, I don't care how it came, they just needed the win. And maybe they could, like, feed off that confidence for the next game. Unfortunately, they got the Storm next, so probably not. But
Yeah.
for this game, they just needed the win. They played really well in the first half. Like, the ball was moving around. Hudson Young had a blinder of a half. Sasagi, what a selection from Ricky Stewart. The guy's been killing it. He actually had good both halves, in my opinion. And everyone was hunting for the ball. Like, everyone was running in support. Everyone was hungry for points. And they were defending really well and forcing errors. In the second half, like, Rabbitohs obviously came out strong, right? I thought Rabbitohs got some favourable calls in this game.
Oh, 100%.
Like, Latrell Mitchell's try. Like, for any Rabbitohs supporter out there, like, come fight me. That was not a try.
They should have
He
looked at
used
it a lot
Raiders
more time.
leg
Yeah.
to lock in the ball and push it down to the ground.
I agree.
Any other day of the week,
I
that would
agree.
have been called back.
I agree.
He's using the leg. That's a
Hey, do you know what I don't get? Why didn't they look at that more?
certain clubs get certain rules.
But it was just like try
For
for me.
me,
Was like, bro, is that
It
really
was
a
that
try?
moment because that was the 55th minute, and then they go on to score in the 75th, 76th.
Should have
It
never
was
gotten
just-
that close.
Like, yeah, it shouldn't have got close at all. It just ruins momentum
Yeah.
for me. Like, stupid calls like that. The bunker has all the vision, and you can see it pin against the leg and roll down. Any other day of the week, it's a try.
Any other team, any other player.
No try, sorry. But whatever, I expected the Raiders to actually defend that last half. They didn't, and it was like the same plays. Their defense was so compressed. I'm not sure if it's a Optus Stadium field, like being an AFL field that's so wide, but their defense was just so cramped and condensed. They literally just pushed the ball out to the sides.
Look, you're probably thinking, why is this Hamad laughing? I'll tell you why I'm laughing. Because I feel one of the strengths of a mature halfback is his ability to communicate where the defensive line also needs to be, right? And how to push his players out.
That's your fullback's job.
Fullback Kai Wicks is still very young as well.
Yeah, but this is like it can't, none of this could go back to Ethan.
No,
Sanders.
I'm
Like,
not
this is
blaming Ethan
fifth
Sanders.
game.
I'm just saying that they're very young.
Yeah.
And by that virtue, they like because Ethan Strange and Ethan Sanders are both very young. Kyle Weeks is young, so for them to be able to like still communicate strongly to the older players to push out, and Joseph Tapine isn't always on the field. I feel like there's that. They still need to learn that communication with each other to be able to not continue compressing in defense. And I feel like their forwards are starting to let them down. So Josh Papali'i, 22 minutes for 50 meters. 6 hit-ups, 22 minutes, 50 meters.
Yeah, that was a
He needs to
weird.
go. He needs to go on the bench.
He was on the bench, so he
Yeah.
started him on the bench.
Oh,
Right? Corey Horsburgh, 27 minutes. I don't know if he got injured, 83 meters.
I think he got hooked.
Right? Zach Hosking, again.
He got hooked.
Very, very...
Noah Martin came in for him.
Yeah, Noah Martin came in. You know, they only forward, even Joseph Tapine really, like, okay, sure, he made 142 meters, but he hasn't had that impact.
they've been underwhelming their forwards.
Very
this year.
underwhelming.
Yeah.
And that was the same
That's
problem with
what's
the Bulldogs.
costing 'em.
Yeah, right? So I think they need to really work on that. Like, even Jaden Brayley, bro, he only plays for 11 minutes. Like, I'm not sure if, like, and the thing is, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Ricky Stewart this, Ricky Stewart that. I feel like Ricky Stewart's still, excuse me, trying to figure out what the situation is. And luckily they got the win, and I think they deserved the win.
Yeah, a few players got them over the line, like KO Weeks, for
Yeah,
example.
absolutely. But they need to figure out their props quick smart because they're being dominated and it's not giving Ethan Sanders and Ethan Strange the running that they need. The other problem is that Ethan Strange is playing too much on the right and he's too young to be able to do that. He's not Lachlan Galvin, right? No one is. And I don't think Ethan Strange can really do both sides just yet. He needs to stick more to his left and they'll be a lot more dangerous on the left.
Yeah, it's a coaching thing. I think he's put him on the right this year.
It is a coaching thing, but I think his strength was always the short, like, you know, some of the short side plays that he does on the left, they're just so good. So that's for me. But I've got to say, they've got some cracking young players, and for them to still win after that, poor refereeing performance.
I'm not sure what happened. Did you see Tamale's try, like where he pulled up and
Yeah, sorry,
he
it wasn't an
scored?
injury.
I know it wasn't an injury. I found it strange. Like 30 seconds later, he was having a chat with Ricky Stewart on the sidelines.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
I would have loved to
I
know
think
what was
Ricky
said.
I think Ricky might have just been telling him off, maybe. You know.
Yeah, like tell him that never do that again. Pretty much.
Potentially, maybe.
Maybe he's
But it was a
explaining.
good win for him, right? Like they needed the
They
win.
needed
Yeah.
it, and they got
it-
the 2 points in the
It
end.
keeps them in touch with the 8, and that's all you could ask for
And
now.
I think they were deserved winners. It wasn't that they
Yeah.
got lucky. I don't know how they let the Rabbitohs come back so much in the back end.
Yeah.
I thought it was shit refereeing right at the back. But any thoughts on the Raiders?
Yeah, their forwards, man, really need to pick it up. Really,
Corey Horsburgh needs to go back to doing whatever he was doing last year because
all their forwards need to pick it up.
Yeah.
like honestly, their forwards last year were torching sides. They really need to do this.
They used to belt every opposition.
Oh, man, like, they used to be on fire.
they were. But yeah, their young guys are killing it. Onto the Rabbitohs. Obviously, Jai Gray only played 40 minutes. I think he did an AC joint.
Yeah, who
Yeah,
comes in
he's
for him? Matt Duffy.
Nah, they'll move Latrell back to
Really?
fullback. Yeah.
Oh man, he's been so good for him in the centres.
This was an interesting one. What are your thoughts on the Rabbitohs?
Well, they didn't show up for the first 40 minutes, so they're their own worst enemy. They made it hard for themselves in the second half. Like, you can't come out and be losing 24-6 or whatever it was. It was a good 3-4 point game. Score game, sorry. By the time they got to the second half. By then, damage is too, like,
Yeah.
unless the team completely rolls over, which credit to
Slow
the
start
Rabbitohs,
cost
like,
them, yeah.
the Raiders
Raiders almost did, yeah.
They almost did, right? But they found that last little boost of energy at the end and kept shut out the Rabbitohs. But the Rabbitohs are their own worst enemy. I expect more from Latrell Mitchell. I expect more from
100%.
Cody Walker. You got Cameron Murray in that squad. You got David Fifita, who, in my opinion, has been super quiet for the last 6 rounds, or all 6 rounds of the season.
Are you waiting for his barnstorming runs?
Nah, not even that.
It's trying to get him to be more of a workaholic.
Well, he's
He
afraid
wants-
of, like, in my opinion, I don't find him
I think Bennett wants to slowly bring him along, get him more used to pulling off 40 tackles a game, 20 hit-ups a game.
I don't find him that
I think
involved in the
Bennett-
game. That's the issue.
Well, he did take 20 hit ups, made 197 meters.
Second, like, if you could pull the stats
I think
into
that's what
halves,
Bennett wants
you
him
find
to
a
be.
lot
He
of them
doesn't want
came
him
in
to
the
be
second half.
spectacular. He just wants to mold him into that sort of
Well,
forward.
he was a lot of what they did in the second half was sort of off his runs and things like that.
Yeah, but I expected more from him in the first half.
I think
you
it
got-
will come. It will.
That team has no right to be losing,
yeah,
in my opinion.
bro.
Not to a
Especially
young
when they've
Raiders.
got Sean Kepi coming off the bench.
They've just got they've got too much class. Like it's fair enough to be losing or whatever. Like yeah, everyone drops a game, but not letting in 5 tries or 4 tries.
Have
in the
they
first
been
half.
convincing in any
No,
win this year?
I've still got them outside my 8.
Me too. I don't
Yeah.
think either of these teams make the 8. And I'll tell you what, their best player yesterday was Tallis Duncan.
Oh yeah, the shocking first half.
He had a very bad first half,
yeah.
and
But he
then in the
turned it
second
around,
half,
yeah.
he was unstoppable.
And he's been talked about for Origin. Like,
Bro,
not that he'll get a spot. But
Yeah,
just
I know.
talk.
Like, for example, if Tallis Duncan gets chosen over Preston, like, I'm
is
going to
he
riot.
Is he New South Welshman?
Yeah.
I thought it was for
No,
Queensland.
no, he's New South Welshman. He'll get chosen. Watch, like Laurie Daly, the Hamad, will do something stupid like choose him over Preston.
Laurie Dallin was
Right.
surprising and choose someone like Sean Kepi in his squad. Anyways.
Look, overall, very poor from the Rabbitohs. Cody Walker, I think he's marching towards his retirement for next year.
yeah.
Genuinely,
Yep.
I think if they let Jamie Humphries go to keep a 37-year-old Cody
Nah, they
Walker,
won't.
they will. They're letting Jamie Humphries speak to rival teams because they can't afford to re-sign him.
Manly.
Well, I mean, he came from Manly.
Yeah, and then Stephen Humphries is his father, you know, the former
Yeah.
general
But
manager. And then
apparently-
his grandfather's Kevin Humphries. He used to manage the New South Wales Rugby League, the
Okay.
CEO. Yeah.
Well, apparently he's talking to the PNG team. He's talking, no, not PNG, sorry, Perth Bears. And there's some other teams that are in the hunt.
Yeah, good on him.
I think he's a good 7. I don't think he's a great 7. Yeah, he's still very
Still
young.
He's
Yeah.
got a
He's
future
a
ahead
good
of
player.
him.
He's a very able player.
Very good
Lock,
player.
7.
I don't think they should let him go so they can keep Cody
Yeah,
Walker.
yeah, fair
I think that's a
enough.
big mistake. But yeah, overall, good to see Brandon Smith come back as well.
Yeah, that was good to see.
Very good to see Brandon
Had a
Smith
bit
come
of a
back.
quiet game, but I didn't expect him
game
to.
back in a
Yeah, I
while.
didn't expect him to set the world alight just yet.
But good to see him come back. They need to really pick it up though, man. Like for the talent they've got, they really
Yeah,
need to
some of
pick it
those
up.
errors are inexcusable,
Yeah.
man. Errors, those missed tackles. Oh god, hard to watch.
One thing I'm starting to realize for 2026 in the NRL is if you don't start well, you lose. Simple as that.
Momentum's hard to
Yeah,
regain
very
in this
hard.
game.
Especially if you're losing by 16.
You see that
18
Fox AI tracker,
Yeah.
momentum tracker? Absolute rubbish.
Well,
Like,
it's so
come
bad.
chat with me. I'll build you a better model. But bro, it's like 20-minute swings.
Yeah, it is 20 minutes
like
swings.
20 minutes with the ball. Like the opposition might touch the ball once or twice.
Yeah.
Like we'll talk about it, but in the Knights game, there was a 10-minute period. The Knights touched. No,
Yeah, I couldn't get the
20
hands on the
minutes. They had 2 sets.
ball. That was at the start.
in 20 minutes, 2 sets.
That was insane.
It was.
It's absolutely damaging.
So
But
yeah,
they need to be better.
they need to be a lot better. And look, they've got a desperate Dragons next week, who I think. Look,
Don't talk me into tipping him again. Not happening.
I'll try to talk you guys out of it. He's going to give up finally.
nah.
I am.
Thank you. One game they took me into him, they got walloped by 32. So thank you.
So that was our Raiders Rabbitohs game. Good win by the Raiders. Very poor performance. Very much a game of 2 halves, but the Rabbitohs need to be better. But so do the Raiders.
Yeah, the Rabbitohs will bounce back.
All right, Sharks and Roosters.
Route.
I'll tell you what.
Another game of 2 halves.
I'll tell you what. Even though the Roosters won this, they were not convincing at all.
They were getting torched in the first half.
They were not convincing at
It's another
all.
game of 2 halves.
Yeah.
You know what? Cronulla did a fatal error. Right on the stroke of half time,
They let it try,
Tuba
yeah.
score that simple try.
Yeah.
And then, they walked into the sheds.
Heads down.
No, Roosters walked into the sheds, we're only down by 10.
Yeah.
And we got that last try. That was easy. Oh, mate. Within the first minute of they scored straight away after half time. All of a sudden, the gap was 6 points.
And then as
4
we said about
points.
the previous game, the Sharks couldn't wrestle back the momentum.
At
no
all.
matter what they did.
At all.
Like, it was impossible for them to wrestle back the momentum. And then it's like, well, how did you guys let yourself get into that situation?
Disgusting.
And then, but the thing is, like, bro, it's like the Sharks in that first 20 minutes of the second half. It's like they just didn't want to play. They didn't want to be there.
Disgusting.
Drop balls, shit passes, people running into each other. What? How do you go from playing so well?
Rubbish.
Like, is it like a complacency thing? Like, do they think, oh, we're so good, we just don't need to perform?
Absolutely right.
It makes no sense to me what this because it's clearly an attitude thing, not a capability thing.
Yeah.
Right? How does and the Roosters? Look, I'm not convinced the Roosters are gonna pick it back up that much. They don't have any injuries. They've only got one injury to Billy Smith. They've
Very,
got
very inconsistent. Not consistent enough to threaten for the minor premiership or the premiership. I feel at this stage they're not
look,
consistent.
They got Victor Adley back this week. They got Spencer Linu back this week. I'm just not.
We got to see what happens like in the next couple of months.
I think they have nothing gear again.
Them and Cronulla are on par, inconsistent.
Yeah. Some of the calls in this game as well were quite
Ordinary.
baffling.
Ordinary.
What a shit! Just a really bad performance from the refs this week. I'm trying to see who stood out for me for the Roosters, and honestly, no one really. Daniel Tupou scored 2 tries. That was good.
I
White.
thought the Roosters
I
in the first half weren't there, right?
I thought Victor Adley tried his ass off. There was that chase to the corner. Remember who made it was what was that winger for Cronulla?
Sione Katoa.
Radley was getting to him. He was, he made like that 60, 70 meter run, and Radley was chasing, and he was mowing him down. Because obviously he was chasing him at an angle, but he was the guy that made him come back in, he was trying his ass off for a first game back. That was a good effort.
Yeah.
But
Sam Walker, I thought, did all right this game as
him
well.
and DC came back well in that second half.
I don't know about DC.
Yeah, same.
They came back well.
DC fell into some good opportunities to score, but I think the jury's still out. And DC, I think he's taken away from the team as
Agreed.
opposed to what he's adding to the team.
Agreed.
But Sam Walker, I thought he was starting to come in his own. It was no surprise that Hugo Savala had a hand in that, in my opinion.
Honestly, I was going to say,
Yeah.
Hugo Savala is a better partner to Sam Walker than Daly Cherry Evans.
Yeah. I just feel like there's a lot of chefs in the kitchen. I don't think they were able to sort out that balance in the first half, and they must have got to kick up the arse in the second half. Or that last try as well, getting them within reach, right? Like another 1 point game or whatever it was.
But what the hell did Craig Fitzgibbons say to the Sharks? Go out there and you've already won?
I think
But it was
the errors
so bad.
compounded. Like in the first half, I think the Roosters had 7 errors or 8 errors in a 10-minute period.
You
It's
know what?
absolutely disgusting, right? And then they came out, cleaned up those errors in the second half. They've got the class around the park to pull points on, and they just stuck to their game plan. And then the Sharks are the
It's like
Sharks.
they were still waiting on Will Kennedy and Braden Trindle.
Braden Trindle
But
and Blake Brayley. Those 3 were the only ones, in my opinion, that stood up that game.
They skipped them ahead in that first half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but in the second half, they were the only 3 trying. It's like their forwards just said to themselves,
just
I
gave
get
up.
it. They got all these forwards.
we don't need to play anymore. Like, bro, what the hell's going on?
They got all these forwards, and bro,
It's an attitude thing, bro.
like
It's
what
not a
happens when you
capability
lose all
thing.
these forwards and
Yeah.
you don't replace them?
It's definitely an
Could be,
attitude thing.
could be fatal for a club like that.
I thought Siwa Wong is okay. He's one of the guys.
Yeah, him and Nafahu started a bit
Yeah.
slower than we wanted, but
They're
I think-
picking it up.
I think they'll hit their straps. I think Lindsay Collins, if he doesn't pick it up soon, will find himself on the bench. He's been underwhelming.
He's
this
been
year.
super underwhelming. Super underwhelming. 4 runs for 30 meters.
Like if Spencer starts killing it,
I thought Spencer, first game back, sure, but it was a bit average.
yeah, first game.
Overall, even James Tedesco, even though he ran for 287 meters,
Normal with him.
but I just don't think he's been that great. I don't know. I just don't think he's been, like last year he was killing it. This year, maybe it is going to take him a few games to get into the groove, but I just don't think he's been
They've
that
always
great.
been slow starters. Not that that's an excuse, but I don't expect
He's
them to
such a
start
strong
picking
runner,
up until
that-
later.
Yeah, he's great. But just overall, not very great by the Roosters. They did win because the Sharks bent over, but I don't know, still not a convincing win. As for the Sharks, Will Kennedy, Braden Trindle, and Blake Brayley are probably the only players in that team that can hold their heads up and say, we played an 80-minute game. Everyone else, bro, where were you in the second half?
Yeah, they only showed up for the first half. It was just very poor. Like that first half, they started, and I was sitting there. I was like, man, I'm gonna get this tip. Like after the Raiders game, I was like, I got that tip. I'm gonna get this tip. Then the next game, obviously, I didn't get that, but they started off strong. They were playing for each other. The ball was spreading. They were playing on the back of the good meters their forwards were making. They kept the errors to like 1 or 2 for the whole half.
Yep.
It's just in the second half, And then by the time we get to the second half, they go into the sheds, come back out. Must have had one too many meat pies in there, just got a bit lethargic and lazy. And just went nowhere. Went nowhere.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like, when you look at their team,
I thought that worked.
where the hell, like, for example, was Nick Hines for 80 minutes? Like, what is going on
Yeah,
there?
actually, that probably needs to be
I
spoken
reckon-
about.
And to be honest, when I first started, after at halftime, I was like, wow, they started off well, then they dropped 2 games, and then they've really built back up. And I said, this has been a great job for them to get back, like, after those really poor performances. I was like, wow, yeah, they lost to the Dolphins, got pumped by the Panthers, and I thought, all right, they had 2 bad games, they got it out of their system. What a great turnaround this has been for the Sharks. Next minute, they come out at second half, and it's like they turned off again.
Yeah.
What, like, bro, honestly,
Hines was missing in this game.
like at a certain point, you can't keep protecting a player. You can't keep saying, no, it's not his fault. Bro, Nicholas Hines was nowhere to be seen.
Man, Braden Trindle's been their better half for the last 2 years.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's
Last
the
2
more
years.
consistent.
Yeah, he's been their better half.
Like, like at a point, Craig Fitzgibbon's going to have to tell him, bro, you either show up or you're gone.
He's paying him big bucks too.
Exactly.
You know, he moves him on for someone else. He's got to get it as a marquee.
And I don't know, like, I don't know if he's the problem or if it's the forwards, but there is a problem there. Like, there's clearly a problem there with the Sharks that, like, they lost this game. Like, they didn't score a single point in the second half.
Yeah.
And they put 22 on quite easily in the first.
They barely came close as well in the second half, which
yeah.
is the scariest thing. Like, credit to the Roosters for shutting them out and keeping them down, buried in their own half, but
I don't think it was the Roosters were that good. They shut him out. It was
no,
more
you
of
have to give them credit. Like,
I don't think they were that good at
teams
all.
don't just throw the ball on the floor and drop it. Like, you wouldn't say that about Penrith and
Sharks
Bulldogs.
pretty much did, bro.
No, but,
You can't
But they
compare.
forced the errors. You can't compare.
You can't
they forced the
compare.
errors.
No, I don't think
the
you can
Roosters
compare at
forced
all.
the errors.
Nah, bro. The Sharks they didn't show up. At least the Panthers kept trying. The Sharks, for that first 20 minutes in the second half, it's like there was no one on the field.
Yeah, that was very underwhelming.
It was like
Yeah, it was very underwhelming, but like you have to give
That
credit
was
to the
rubbish.
Roosters, like
Rubbish.
forcing those errors.
nah, they
If
got lucky
they
on a
wanna be
couple of
a
them.
premiership
The ref was
No, that's a cop out.
the refs were very good.
Same Cronulla we've seen for the last 3 or 4
Yeah, 3 or 4
seasons. Same
100%.
Cronulla.
And the Roosters copped a lot of very favourable calls, other than the Robert Toya one, obviously. They copped a lot of favourable calls. That the ref was marching them down the field. Look, the Sharks did switch off, and the Roosters had to execute to win. So credit to the Roosters, but it wasn't a convincing win. And I think it was more the Sharks lost than the Roosters won.
Still had to be there, still had to fight
Yeah,
for
look,
it.
I'm not denying that, but there's
Yeah, you
always
can say the same thing about the Bulldogs.
That's
Penrith,
what,
in my
I don't
opinion.
think. I don't think you can say that about the Bulldogs as well.
No,
at
but you
all.
can say that about every loss. Then you can
No,
say
you
the other team
can't. No, I don't
didn't
think
show
so,
up.
because there was a quality to the Bulldogs' performance. For example, there was a quality to the Tigers' performance. This was not quality.
Fight.
So no quality in forcing errors.
I don't think so. I don't think there was much quality in this game. Just like I don't think there was much quality in the Rabbitohs Raiders game. It was a 4 out of 10. This was similar.
I think it's a cop
I
out.
like seeing a
I don't
fight.
think so.
I think it's a cop out.
I think the Roosters
Go,
are very
go.
underwhelming,
Fight,
especially
fight,
for the accolades.
Underwhelming for what
I'm
they
enjoying this.
their ceiling is up here and they're playing like over here. They're
They're
playing
not,
at a
they're
5
not playing
out
over.
of 10.
They
They're
always
not
say
playing
that.
over.
No,
they're playing at a 5
Way
out of
less
10.
than
They
a 5
always
out of
say the
10.
guy sitting between 2 people bickering is the devil.
Anyway, look, I think the Sharks, if they're not careful, especially with how close the competition is, I actually think the Sharks could find themselves outside the top 8 if they play like this for the whole season.
100%.
They won't.
Look,
They won't, but
I don't think you can say that this season.
Mate, some sides
No, I
have
think
picked it
you
up,
can,
man.
yeah.
Honestly, if the usuals like Melbourne pick it up, then the
These are,
Cronulla
like-
could well find themselves out of
this
there.
is round 6. Like,
just
I
saying,
think
you're
Melbourne's
right.
I
like-
think,
It's only round
I think
6.
Tigers and Knights can say that they'll be in the 8 or very
Nah,
close to
the
it.
Knights
Knights
can't
are
say
saying
it.
this-
Warriors can say that they'll be close to
Wise,
the
yeah.
8.
Yeah, they shot back.
Storm, you can't ever write them out.
say.
That's
The
already
Storm-
4 teams.
Crisis in the Yarra, they're done.
Yeah,
Season's over.
maybe. Right? But then you've got the Roosters,
Yeah.
maybe.
Dogs.
Right? Dogs,
Maybe.
Broncos.
Cowboys.
No,
Maybe.
Dogs aren't a maybe.
Why not?
Bro, they just pumped the Panthers.
Dogs, Panthers.
We won the
Hang on a
premiership, I
sec,
get
we're
that,
just,
but
we're just
like,
throwing
we're on the same
insights.
wins.
We're just throwing insights.
Dogs, Panthers.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Broncos,
Cowboys,
Souths,
Broncos.
Raiders.
No, Souths and Raiders are out. I
I'm
don't-
just saying, you throw names up there that they're fighting against.
Yeah,
I
like
think-
they could all turn it around. Like it's still a
Sadly,
long
the only
season.
sides not mentioned was the Gold Coast Dragons and Parramatta.
I don't think they have any
and,
chance.
and Manly.
Yeah, they're no chance.
Of course.
The 8's not like
No, but
too
there's-
far away from
there-
any of
there-
these.
There's,
Right,
there's over a dozen sides in it.
If the
Yeah.
if the Eels
Bro,
make the
you
A,
said
bro,
only 13
if the Eels
wins,
make the
right?
A, I'll dye my hair yellow and blue.
No, Eels aren't in it. There's over a dozen sides vying for
Yeah.
the eight
Yeah, exactly.
spots.
Which is why I
Exactly.
say the Sharks,
That's
if
why-
they're not careful, could see themselves
That's why
outside
his
the A.
argument's
Yeah.
valid.
Yeah, I'm saying any team could be in that position though.
I think there are some teams that have shown that they're a class above. Maybe not. All right. Maybe with your argument,
You
about
just
the
told me
Dogs,
not this season, but
All right,
it
next
doesn't
team,
doesn't
next
matter
game.
this season.
Because this argument's not going to stop.
Storm and Warriors, they're at Amy Park.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the first time they've won since 2015. So they've lost 17 in a row.
Like we were like,
Can I
so
tell you,
sad. Yeah, Storm. Next minute,
Fletch
bloody
on the
hell.
Matty John show. Is it Matty John show that's on Sundays?
yeah.
He was saying the last time the Warriors beat Melbourne in Melbourne, petrol prices were $1.20.
That's nice.
Yeah, go back to those
$1.20,
times.
bro. Fuck, give me $1.20.
I thought this was such an entertaining game to watch. The intensity with which the Warriors came was next level. But there's a big elephant in the room that I want to talk about.
You want to
that's
start with
the-
the elephant?
What?
You want to start with the elephant, or do you want to start with the Waz?
The elephant is about the Waz.
Oh, okay.
It's the Tanner Boyd, Luke Metcalf discussion.
Okay.
Right?
They don't seem to work together.
I mean, look, they
They've
only
had
had
one game and a
yeah,
quarter.
one or two games together.
1.5 games, yeah.
It's not enough to say. I think their forwards were also dominated in those two games. But it was
Either
clear
either.
yesterday, Tanner Boyd went back to being Tanner Johns. Or close to it. He was very good yesterday. He was very, very good yesterday. And I felt like he played very well with Charles Nickel-Klukstad with Chanel Harris-Tavita at 6. And mind you, I thought Chanel Harris-Tavita had a good game too. So, you know, what do you guys think? Do you think it's more of they just need a bit more time together? Or
Yeah, they need time.
does
Like,
Luke Metcalf stunt Tanner Boyd?
1.5 games. Metcalf's had what? 6 months out of 9 months. before
Yeah,
he
9
came
months
back?
out of the game.
Oh, we got to see more. Like you made a good observation. It's when Metcalf was running the side, it was his side that killed it. They still made the finals and he got injured, but they started falling away. And then he
Yeah.
hasn't been here for the first 4 rounds or something, or whatever. 5 out of 6 games is just say that injured game. And they've won pretty much every game. Like that, Tanner Boyd's had control.
Convincing wins as
When
well.
they've played together, yes, it seemed like they're detrimental to each other, but give me a bit more time. 1.5 games. Maybe they were severely outgunned in those games. Like, you're raising a good point. I just want to see a bit more games between them, but we probably won't get them to see, play with each other for over a month from now.
Yeah, I think he's out for a few weeks.
There's some interesting stuff like that was originally circulating a couple of weeks ago about Metcalf essentially wanting, like I'm paraphrasing, you guys go fact check it, like I don't want you guys to go inbox Metcalf and lose your minds at him, but essentially him wanting the 7, like his jersey. I don't know how much I buy into it, but if that is the case, he's not re-signed next year anyway. I wouldn't even play him because they're playing no
Are
good
you
without
sure?
him.
Didn't it sound like a 3-year deal or something last
I thought he re-signed last year.
Remember the Dragons
Oh,
were
I
after him and
think
he
so.
knocked them back and he signed like a 3-year
Everyone
deal?
will,
Manly wanted him as well, and he knocked him back.
Yeah, I'm sure he signed a
Checker on
3-year
zero
deal.
tackle.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he's re-signed. But in any case, right, like that's a pretty, like I don't know if Luke Metcalf did, but if he did, I think that's pretty telling. But to be honest, he came and he played at 6 and he tried his heart out.
No,
so
you are right. You are right.
So he came and played 6,
there you go.
tried his heart out.
He's
So,
signed another 2 seasons
yeah.
after this.
and Tanner Boyd's the one that's not on contract next year.
Yeah, I know he's playing for a contract, but he's playing out of his skin.
He'll get good offers.
He
Metcalf
deserves
should,
them.
he should come into the team, right?
He will get some good
But
offers.
he should have a couple of games. And if
Who's
it's not
the,
working,
Who's the Perth Bears halfback?
Well, they've got
Toby
Toby
Sexton.
Sexton.
Anyone else there in the halves?
Yeah, Wishart.
Anyone else?
no, you could probably throw Tanner Boyd in
I
there.
wouldn't put Wishart in 6, sorry. I'd put, you know what? If Tanner Boyd's available, I'd go for him and Sexton as your starting halves. Sorry, but Wishart's only ever been a utility player at Melbourne. He's a glorified utility
I'll be
player.
honest with you, Wishart has been horrible.
And he got exposed when he got given the starting jersey a few times. He's just a glorified player. So he's overpaid, Gunner. He got made to look better than he is.
But yeah, I thought Tanner Boyd had a great game. You know, this team, this performance, this was all on the back of their back line. I thought Roger Tuivasa-Sheck,
Oh, what a
Ali
game.
Lautawa,
Wow, the
Tane
energy.
Tuapiki, Dallin Wateni-Zelezniak,
The
the
energy.
defense.
Yeah.
the defense, the attack, bro. They were running like they wanted to rip Melbourne's head off. This was a performance I wanted to see from the Warriors, and they knew they needed to come at a super intense level to win this game. And they only Melbourne scored 2 tries, bro. They only scored 2
They
tries.
didn't do anything after the 25th
They
minute.
were rubbish.
The Warriors were running them ragged. Sure, the last half hour nothing really happened, and there maybe only 1 try, but that was for me, what a performance by the Warriors
Suffocated Melbourne in the last 20 minutes.
at Melbourne,
Yeah.
which was incredible. They had more line breaks, more post contact meters, more runs, bigger, longer average set distance. Just overall, they were so good for the Warriors.
Fantastic.
This was a game I thought they needed to have because they've lost pretty poorly the last 2 weeks. One at home against the Tigers, and then last week they lost to the Sharks. And so they needed to come back, and bro, they came back emphatically. That was a great win.
Yeah.
And look, their forwards were good too. I'm not going to deny their forwards were very, very good, and they definitely dominated the Storm. And that hit by Shane Harris-Tavita on Josh King, that was a very, very nice tackle. But yeah,
Never a nice feeling when you're a prop and you get smashed by a half.
honestly, Jackson Ford again ran for 175 meters. Varmunga off the bench.
Who whacked Warbrick? Somebody whacked Will Warbrick as well.
It was Roger Tuivasa-Sheck when he was going, and he
what
just
a
threw him
hit.
off. That was a great
And
hit.
Warbrick was having a game.
Yeah, he was trying anyway.
And what a hit that was.
I thought Niokore was good. When
Marata Niokore was fantastic.
Alofiana Khan Pereira,
Solid.
very good for his
Solid.
debut
Took
game.
him a while
See
to
what
warm
happens when he
into
got, yeah, but when he got into it,
Yeah.
wow. See what happens? He got raw pace in the team.
Yeah, bro, there's no substitute for speed.
Take note, Shane Flanagan. Has me literally a 1980s Veolia bus out there on the wing. That breaks down every 5 minutes. Every year, same thing. Oh, I got a hamstring injury. Don't play anymore, please.
Aaron Clark continues to go from strength to strength at the Warriors.
How did he go on the weekend?
Excellent. And he's proving he's not it wasn't like a 1 year wonder.
No.
So that was fantastic. But yeah, what a win to the Warriors. After 17 games, they went out down there, they broke the voodoo, got the monkey off the back, and came back emphatically into the winner's circle.
Yeah.
Bottom
Wow.
8 bashers.
You know what? I think
No
99 point something percent of people tipped the
Storm, yeah.
And the Warriors just made a mockery of them.
Well done to the
Absolute
Warriors.
mockery.
Onto the Storm.
Underwhelming. Like
I think
know
they missed out.
Far longer tried his ass off. But
I think they missed out. He's a fantastic attacking player, but defensively
he's got a lot to go.
got
still.
pulled apart.
No,
The whole
no.
team got pulled apart. There was no defense. Like, this is like an attitude thing for me.
Their forwards are non-existent. Like I know Stefano tried, but if he's getting no support,
You can't just have one.
there's only
one
so
player
much.
like
There's only
this.
so much you can do with no support.
They've got some depth issues in the forwards.
Why didn't Jack Hetherington get a run?
Look, even when he did get a run, he
wouldn't
was,
play him.
Yeah, he was pretty average. Like Davey Moali played 23 minutes for
Trent Liera needs
two
to
runs
go.
of 15 minutes. Liera's been shown up as a
Atrocious.
fraud.
Where's,
honestly.
I'm not sure what Billy Slater saw in him, but like he gives up way too much.
When does what's he called come back?
Xavier Coates,
No, not Coates. The other second rower.
Katoa, next. Oh,
No, not Katoa, the other one.
definitely.
Sean Bloor,
Yeah, when's he?
he's
back?
still injured. He was playing in
they
New South
need him.
Wales Cup.
They need him.
Yeah, he got injured on his return in New South Wales Cup a couple
He's
weeks
solid.
ago.
And Joe Chan got hooked from second row.
He's had a good start to the year.
Lasardi should be back in the next couple of weeks.
Who?
But
Lasardi?
yeah.
And our friend Varlepu again didn't get a go.
No, he didn't get it.
That's yeah.
I
Love to see him
think
go.
we see massive
They needed
changes next week.
He
But
needed a run.
I think it needs to happen.
Varlepu should have had a run. He needs some
Yeah.
props out there.
I think Craig Bellamy is going to blow the joint up, and I think we see a few positions drop and change because
They're
if
four
they roll
losses
out, if they roll out like this one more time and don't
They're
like,
4 losses on the trot.
and their 2 wins were against your Dragons
But
and Parramatta Eels.
Yeah,
so
but the only guy that chooses the same side after 4 losses on the trot, let alone 10 losses on the trot, is Shane Flanagan. Like, it's time for changes.
Can I be really honest though? I think the biggest disappointment for the Storm so far this year have been Cameron Munster and Jerome Hughes.
I expect more from them, but their forwards are getting dominated.
Their forwards have been rubbish.
I want to say that's true, but I just haven't seen. Like Jerome Hughes hasn't been running the ball. I feel like his kicking game has been off.
They have been off.
They have been off,
No,
but
no denials, but their forwards have been so underwhelming.
But they need,
beyond underwhelming. They've been getting dominated.
like Cooper Clark, I thought was excellent. for a young kid in that position. I thought he was really good. Played 67 minutes.
I thought he was very costly for him, in my opinion.
In defense?
In defense.
But see, the thing is, they were all bad in defense.
Yeah.
But in attack, Cooper Clark was one of the only forwards that was bending the line.
Yeah. From an attacking perspective, he was
Like,
doing really well.
They were all
And
bad.
like the pressure that he's under, this is the first time he debuts in
He
back
starts,
row.
yeah.
And he did really well. I was happy with him. He was a bit costly, but you expect the stars around him to be able to cover for someone that's like playing his fifth
Debutant,
first grade.
bro, yeah.
His fifth first grade game. So you do obviously expect more from Munster, Hughes. It's just like the whole team.
Yeah.
It's the whole team. Like Munster's been flustered the last few weeks. Like when I was looking at their draw, and I'm like, man, the only games they've won is Parramatta Eels and Dragons. I'd be smashing the panic button. I would not be surprised if they missed the 8.
Look, I reckon like someone like Tyron Wishart, he can't stay on the bench. He really can't. Like,
Where are you going to put him?
throw him out, bro. Get yourself a couple of forwards.
Or is he going to play a lock? There's nowhere else for him. Centers.
No, send him to New South Wales Cup.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him in the centres because those edges, the turnstiles.
Oh, bro.
They got Hovarth back.
Bro, they've got Meany and Havarth in the bench in the centres. They're not defending.
Maybe
bro.
on the wing. Maybe Wishart on the wing. Doesn't he have enough pace?
I don't know.
Nothing like his dad, huh?
Yeah, it's look because it's the Storm. I can never push the panic button.
Nah,
But-
not yet anyway, but let's see what happens.
But you know what? I'm starting to realize the Eels just made them look great, right? So because remember we said that we think that the Melbourne Storm are going to be a lot worse this year than they were last year because of the losses, right? And then they came out and they absolutely annihilated the Eels. Little did we know that the Eels have regressed so much that they're almost as bad as they started
They
last
had
year.
2 fortunate wins.
Right? They did have 2 fortunate wins.
I told people this.
And then the Melbourne Storm just made them made the Eels look really poor and made themselves look great. Now they're coming up against some teams with desperation, with some vigor, and they can't keep up. So maybe we were right in our assessment that the Storm aren't going to be as great as they were last year, and that they may miss the 8. They may actually miss the 8.
I'm not getting ahead of myself. Every time we'd get cocky and
No,
say that,
I think
they would
It's not
absolutely-
cockiness. I just
They'd
like their
come and-
defense is
I
literally
still had
funny,
them
non-existent.
in my top 4, even though I thought
They
they're going to
used to
drop.
come bite us in the ass, man. Just like get a
I'm expecting Bellamy's a proven coach, right? Like
gonna
he's done
stay
it for the last
quiet.
25
What,
years.
who
Who
He's
do
only
they got
missed-
this week? They got a tough game, don't they?
Raiders, not really tough.
Raiders
but-
in Canberra.
In Canberra.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
But
wow!
I hope we see Melbourne go 5 in a row.
I think we.
I don't think, we won't.
Wow. Well, Raiders.
Do you think they'll beat the Raiders?
I'll wait to team list Tuesday, but I reckon he blows up that team.
Look, there's
I
only
reckon there's 3 or 4 positions up for grabs, like
maybe even half a dozen, knowing that.
yeah,
easily.
but
Like,
he doesn't.
He's given them 4 losses on the
But he
trot to
doesn't have
prove
the
himself.
depth. That's the problem.
I think you blood people at
Good.
this point.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah,
You
good.
always find someone.
yeah, I don't think you'll care.
Look, overall, very disappointing performance by the Storm. They looked limp.
They got
and
themselves in it and then they fell away.
Yeah, they fell away.
Atrocious.
All right.
Atrocious.
So today's game, the Eels against the Titans at CommBank Stadium.
I think we all saw this coming. Remember, we all said it.
Titans, Titans,
Hang on
Titans.
a second. Didn't
took
we
the
all say
Titans.
Titans win like by 20 or something?
I said the Titans have a great win.
Like we all said, like they'll win by like at least a few tries.
Yeah.
At least. Man, they won by like more than at least a few
Before we
tries.
talk about the game, I want to talk about the jersey that the Titans
Sexy.
revealed the other day.
Sexy. That was, can I talk about it? That was their 1997 Gold Coast Chargers jersey. It was the only year they ever made their finals in the existence. They had Martin Bella playing from that year. They had Wes Patton, I think diminutive half, probably weighed about 60 kilos. He was probably about 160 centimetres tall, very diminutive Wes Patton. He's the host of the Barefoot Rugby League show on NITV. They had Graham Mackay in his final years as a player. He was a former New South Wales rep winger. He used to play for Penrith. He played for, played for the Roosters. Man, yeah, just nostalgic. That was Gold Coast Chargers. And then obviously the defunct, they got given NRL in 1998, the first season of a combined comps once again. And they were gone after that. But man, that year they beat Illawarra in the first week of the finals, I remember. And then the dream
Wow.
run ended out a week later. But that was fond memories because Preston Campbell was also there. I forgot to mention him as well.
Right. Yes, that's right.
He was there at fullback.
So, sorry, go ahead, keep going.
No, and then obviously, was Jamie Goddard there? Was he at the Crushers? I think Jamie Goddard was there before he went to Norths.
I think that was the same year that Jamie Goddard planted the shot on Andrew Johns' jaw. Remember they dropped him in the State of Origin brawl?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Was he playing for the Gold Coast? I can check it out later, but fond memories. That was, we were happy for Gold Coast.
And you know what? That jersey is gorgeous. Like I've never bought an opposition team jersey, and I'm so tempted to buy this.
Trader.
It's so nice.
Trader.
Man, I'll tell you something.
Like that Broncos Black Dog Institute jersey last year. I actually really want to buy one.
Never.
I'll never wear it, and I'll use it as toilet
Man,
paper.
I'm a freak who was playing for the Gold Coast that year.
You are.
Yeah, look at this. 92 to 90.
Yeah, it was playing for the Gold Coast 98. Well done, Dibbo.
Yeah.
David, we should call you Dibbo Middleton from now
I
on.
also remember who their coach was. Does anyone remember who their coach was? Starts with a P. Phil Economides.
I was in kindergarten then, man.
He took him to a finals appearance, and then
How old are you? 22, bro.
23.
But Phil Economides, he applied for a few other first grade coaching spots and that. He never got given a run, but he worked wonders that year, Phil. Like,
That was a great.
some great
crazy.
memories there, man. Yeah, the only time they made their finals in existence, and you know, and then they won one out of their two matches. So great times, man.
But yeah, look, great jersey, great times. Thank you for the trip down memory lane, Dibbo.
Who remembers Carrara Stadium? That's where they used to play
Yeah.
out of.
Yep. So, all right, 52-10. Last week we said that the Titans, even though they lost against the Broncos, they played a very fast brand of footy. They sort of started to find a bit of an identity now with Jaden Campbell back, and that we thought that they had turned the corner.
Yeah.
Turns out we were probably, there or thereabouts. Well, I don't think we were far off saying they turned the corner. This week they go and put 52 on the Eels. Let me just say first and foremost, I don't want to take away from the Titans and their performance, because to put 52 on a team means you were on. Yeah? We can agree that if you put 50 on a team, you're on.
Oh,
So I've got to give the credit to the Titans.
I think
The Eels were shambolic.
the Titans. I hope they keep up these performances. I hope they turn the corner.
Me too, Wallah. I
They
really
got
want...
some good players there.
They're a team you can't hate.
They got Preston Campbell's son in.
I love Jaden Campbell.
Thank
Love Keanu Kinney. Big fan of Tino. Big fan of Arama Howe. who's
Throw
playing
back to that 97 side, and then one of the sons is playing.
Cooper Bai is
How
playing
insane is
very
that?
well. Oliver Pascoe, young kid, playing very well. So they're not a hated team. They're not a team you can hate. Big fan of Jojo Fafita. They played out
What
of
a
their
player.
skin, bro.
I love him.
Bro, they played out
He's a
of their skin.
workaholic.
Lachlan Elias is finally finding some confidence alongside Jaden Campbell. Their props aimed up today.
How about Keanu Kinney?
Oh, Wallah, I was about to get
you're
it.
leading
That
up to
was
it.
his best game in a long time.
I was leading up to him.
Sorry for
Best
taking
game
the thunder.
since before last year.
Tino ran for 180 meters.
Tino's best game all year.
Tino's best game. Moe Wharaweka ran for 100 meters. Curtis Morin started, ran for 110 meters.
I'm so happy to see him get like
Me
a proper
too,
run.
bro.
Yeah.
He deserved, and he played well.
Yeah, he plays
bro,
really
his
well.
leg speed. But the one player today who finally roared back into form, showed us why he's so good, and he's probably on par with Kaio Weeks, is Keanu Kinney. Bro, that solo effort, what a try.
I got to stop you there. He's not on par with him. He was playing Parramatta, for God's sake. But he
Just
showed
give
us
the
what-
man his flowers,
No,
bro.
I
It doesn't
can't.
cost
That's
you
an insult
anything.
to KO Weeks, but in saying that,
No, I don't think so,
But look,
bro.
he showed what he's capable
I still
of.
think Kyo Weeks is ahead of him.
Because KO Weeks will do that against the top sides.
Yeah, Kaio Weeks is more consistent. as
Look,
well.
Keanu Kinney showed if you give him
He's
space
only 31st
or
grade
switch off against him,
first
he's
grade
going
games
to
in
punish
anyway.
you. He's going to. But anyway,
He's
continue.
got so
Sorry,
much
Elmo.
class. He tore him up the middle.
Yeah.
Like up the middle.
Bro, they couldn't tackle him. They
not
couldn't
to
tackle
take
him.
away anything from Keanu Kinney over here, but that is some of the worst kick chase defense I've ever seen in my life from a team. They ran up in a disjointed line. Only two of them. It was like they'd running like that, and they created the space to create almost the try of the week, in my opinion.
To show you how good he was and how poor they were, he had 4 line breaks and 2 line break assists. 4 line breaks and 2 line break assists.
Yes.
One player. Bro, they had...
As the kids say these days, he was aura maxing.
He was
on the-
honestly
yeah.
aura maxing. He was killing it, bro. Their whole back line, Philip Sami had a game to remember. You'll be here to hear that, to hear that, Dibbo, because he's going to the Dragons.
Look, he gives you. Look, Philip Sami's like Jojo Fafita. They both give their all every week. Like
they'll run hard. They won't sit there and bludge. You know, like even if it's not coming off for them, they'll still run into line at 100 miles an hour. They'll still try to. You give them 2 meters of space, they'll still try to stream down that sideline.
100%.
You know, whether they're going to make it or not, they won't stop.
Yep.
You know, like him and Jojo. Jojo's a player. You
I
know,
love
like,
Jojo Fafita.
that's what I love about him. Like, this is what's turned me off of what the Dragons got at the moment, because they don't have those sort of players like around the fringes that will give it their all. You know,
You
They
do
sit
that for
there
your
and sit-
coach, right? Like if you believe in your coach,
Man,
you trust where the
I'll be-
process, you trust where the team's going.
Yeah.
You do these little 1%ers.
Like Jojo Fafita and Sami, and Sami's been playing first grade for now 8-9 years, you know, and Sami's done it every time. Like, you know, like there was that time he chased down the Fox, and not because he was quicker than the Fox, but because the Fox thought he was in, and then he switched off.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Sami never
Never
Yeah.
stopped
trying,
chasing,
yeah.
right? And then because he was also cutting off the Fox on an angle, he got the Fox, right? And then that little sequence of play, you can Google it, was called the Fox and the Hound.
Fox
So
and the
Sami was nicknamed the Hound for the next 2 years every time he came against the Fox, right? And obviously the Fox got him a couple of years later when he torched him and that, obviously with the extra pace. But that stuck, you know. Sami was the guy when this is about 6 years ago, you know, when the Fox was untouchable.
Yeah.
There was that game he scored 7 tries or something.
yeah.
It was in that season. Remember he scored the 7 tries in the one game?
Yeah, yeah,
Against
yeah.
South, was it?
Oh, I
think it was
have to
against
think back.
Souths.
I remember watching this highlights back
Wasn't
like
it
500
against the
times.
Titans?
No, I think
No,
it was
it wasn't
against
the
Souths.
Titans. I think it was Souths.
I think, anyways, thank God it was South, so they can have some records against them.
Or the Tigers, maybe?
No, I think it was Souths. Has to be. Otherwise, my other option is it's Parramatta. It's either Souths or Parramatta. I'm gonna
We've got to
stick
every
South.
team that was like doing rubbish.
Anyway,
That was that year he was untouchable.
You know, great backline. Jaden Campbell, like, bro,
Anywhere he plays, he kills
what a
it.
freak of a player. Like,
Yeah.
when your future is built around
And he's fast.
Keanu Kinney, Jaden Campbell, Tino Fa'asua Mala'awi, all you need is a good coach to take advantage of that. And you know, if he can, the next 3 to 5 years, they will be trending in the positive, 100%.
Yeah.
Because that's a great sort of.
I take more pride in the 10.
Honestly, this is me personally, but before last year, I was screaming for the Dragons to sign Jaden Campbell. And you know, kidding, I don't care if you find it excessive. I was happy for the Dragons to give him $900 or $1 million out of the cap.
I would have loved
was
him at the
happy.
Dogs.
That was 2 years ago, honestly. And you
Yeah.
know what? It feels like unders. But obviously, our coach basically.
No, you guys have Kyle Flanagan though.
No, that's what I mean. He's the Messiah. He's the prodigal son. He's the chosen one.
He's quite literally.
He's the
Shane Flanagan quite literally thinks Kyle is the prodigal son.
No, yeah, he's the promised one. You know. He's
For
the
me, I
promised.
take a lot of pride in
the
keeping the Eels to 10.
He's the anointed one.
That's a
Like,
great
I'm
point.
going to call him
fact
from
that
now
they
on the anointed.
the fact that they kept the Eels to 10 is more impressive than their 52 because like we've always known the Titans could put on points or whatever. And they've got
them
like
credit.
speed across the park.
Their defense has always been atrocious for a
Yeah.
while. So
And
credit. Good
I
shout.
think Hane came out in his not
to
job
show his
interview. I was
dues
going
as
to
a
say job
coach.
interview.
Press conference.
In his presser, yeah, and he was
2 wins.
he was pointing at the 10 as well. And I was like, that's actually a really good shout.
If they had the bye, they'd be sitting about 9th or 8th if they had a bye instead of
yeah,
an extra loss.
they're staying in touch with the 8. Like
Bloody enough, they're 1 win out of the
the
8.
last couple of weeks, they've been trending in the right direction. There's
Good on
something
them.
that we spoke about last week. They're staying
Fantastic.
close and tight games.
Yeah.
But to shut out the Eels and turn them away at every opportunity, that anytime the Eels came near the line, they got shut out.
We just glazed them really good, the Titans, and deservedly so.
Honestly, wallahi,
Fantastic performance.
they
And
and
deserved it.
Fadawako was decent off the bench.
Yeah,
he got
he-
the slap he needed.
Yeah, I like.
Keep him there.
I'm looking at the Titans and I'm thinking, well done, you deserve this because
Yeah.
you know against the Broncos are clearly the better team, but they tried their hearts out last week, and you know that they needed this type of win to show them that they can do it.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Now that they know they can do it, this is like a platform for where they can build towards maybe not finishing in the bottom 4, finishing sort of 10, 11. That'll be a massive six. Bro, if they finish, can you imagine they finish 10, 11? What a success that would be for a team that's got a new coach, untested, unproven, and he comes in and he changes the culture. And you can see like, you know, they are starting to believe, right? They are starting to believe. As long as they don't regress, I think they're going on. Now, speaking about regressing, the Eels.
Probably should preface with injuries.
Man,
not that
if they
that's an
cop more
excuse.
injuries, wow, man. If
So-
they cop more injuries, wow.
All right. So here's the thing, right?
They've had a bad injury run.
Araz Nanva debuted. Congratulations to him.
What is he? I thought he was Kurdish. Somebody was saying he's Afghan, but that's a Kurdish name.
No, he's Kurdish.
Thought
He's
so.
Kurdish.
They
Good
had
on him. Well, is he the first Iraqi Kurdish player in the comp?
I don't keep tabs of all
I think
Iraqi
he
Kurdish
is, but it
players.
hasn't been
ever.
mentioned yet. Good on him. He's actually a centre, but yeah, credit to him to get where he
I
is.
thought Alameddine was going to debut this week.
He was on
I
the
was just
extended, but
Rubbish. I just made that up last week.
someone remove him from the
Sorry,
panel
guys.
ASAP. Like, that hurt.
Look,
Where do you start?
They got
Because that first half,
Man, I like for example, I like players like Riley Smith and Jack Williams. They, look, Addo Carr.
I thought Riley Smith got exposed a few times right down the middle.
Addo Carr was trying to spark a man.
he was
but,
only one.
But if you're doing it by yourself and you're a winger, how
Let
far are you gonna
me,
get?
let me talk about the Eels
Go.
because I've got some issues. Like
Yeah, go hard.
They've got injury crisis. Everyone knows about it, but it's not an excuse to come get pumped by 50. For me, they got shredded in the middle. Their hookers or their markers out of position, and a bit of speed around the ruck exposed them. The only reason why it wasn't 30 or 40 plus in the first half was literally because the Titans took their foot off the throat and started like trying to play a bit more expansive instead of just playing direct in the middle. But that second half was probably the poorest second half I've seen from this Parramatta Eels side. And I don't think it's been spoken about enough, but Mitchell Moses, the last 5, we're in round 6 now.
This whole year
Has not got involved in any of the games. He makes a good account of himself touching the ball maybe once every second set, or even if he touches it once a set, touching on the last play. If his hooker gives him the ball, and then when he touches it, like he's quick to like spray his players for knocking the ball on, dropping the ball or whatever, and he's got every right to spray him. Like he's earned that right. Like he's top 3 halfback in the game. But he's been nowhere to be seen in the last 6 weeks. Even in this game, I thought Volkman influenced the game a lot more and tried his heart out a lot more than Mitchell Moses. And I think I find it a bit sad that your $1 million player, that you've got all these debutants debuting around you, your $1 million player is probably touching the ball in that first half. Like we could go back and count them, sub 10 times. And you just need more from his hookers. The hookers, like, I'm not sure, like, in that first half, it was very telling. Penasini gets the ball, like, on that penalty, the very last penalty. It was the last play. And the ball ends up with Penasini instead of going to Mitchell Moses, who had set up the left-hand side. Like, either they don't respect him, they don't trust him, or there's a massive breakdown in communication over there.
Well,
It's not the first time it's happened this year.
well, after he did that, did you see the spray he gave him?
Yeah.
But he went off his head at Penasini, and rightfully so. But you raised a good point. Why, as you say, why didn't it get to him? It was because Penasini, I think it was more like Penasini was trying to be the hero.
Yeah.
Why would you
But
try?
it's not the first time it's happened this year. That's my problem.
100%. Even last year, though, right, when they were doing well, there were instances where that was creeping up. But you made a point about Ronald Volkman being more involved or having more influence. I agree with 100%. And you know the worst part about that is it just showed like Ronald Volkman wanted to prove himself as a 5'8", whereas I think Mitch Moses is like, well, what are they going to do, drop me? Like,
Who's being a Nancy?
maybe, and like again, this week, kept going to the ref, kept complaining about every tackle. Brother, focus on playing.
Yeah.
Focus on playing, cars.
And for the rest of the team,
Habib Webber, Lebos, Sid Buzak, focus on playing, cars. What's wrong with you? This is like, bro, all the Parramatta podcasts and that, they're all blowing up, and rightfully so. Bro, and this is what I love about Doggies. We lost 2 games. We blew our caps off.
Bloody oath. Hold him accountable. Well, you want
Like-
to spot a bunch of losers?
You don't.
like, to be honest, like, it's very tough.
Don't overstep your mark with atrocious language. And
No,
threats.
of course.
don't.
But we
be
did it.
disrespectful
Some did,
and
we
rude,
did
like-
it. We did
No,
it,
we
but
don't.
Some did it. Some were shocking.
At the end of the day, it's a game of footy. I don't
Some
care what
of
you do,
those
bro.
guys were shocking, yeah.
It's just, like, as first graders, you had Araz Namba. I thought he tried his heart out. Unfortunately, out of position a couple of times or whatever.
He's not a winger, he's a centre.
Yeah, I know. But Brian Kelly, sorry,
He's stealing a paycheck.
someone else should be in that position.
I
He's
agree.
too costly. Like, even if he has, like, one opportunity where he creates something,
Yeah.
that's at the expense of 3 opportunities. But for me today was a lot of, like, they tried to, anytime they crossed that 50-meter line, it was like a cue for them. Let's just push every single pass, try to get the ball across. Instead of playing direct and through the middle and then seeing what it creates.
Everyone wants
they
to be the hero.
Exactly. And they want to score off every single touch of the ball. and they got
not good
dominated
enough.
in the middle.
It's just not good
They
enough.
lost it in the middle first, and then the game, by the time we got to the 60th minute, it just fell over. Like those last couple of tries they let in, it was embarrassing. And Jason Ryles called it out when he got asked, like, your players got booed at the end of the game. Rightfully so. Respect to all the fans that actually stayed for the 80 minutes after 40 years of winning nothing, and then staying another 80 minutes of watching that.
What did Riles say? I didn't see that press conference.
He said they deserve it. Like,
Really?
Yeah, he said he
That's
deserved it.
sick.
Yeah.
Well done.
Like, you don't come out.
He to another 40 years.
You don't.
yeah, 15 July.
You don't come like Combank Stadium if you're not like a Eels member. Like, if I want to go watch a game, like, sorry, but $180 to sit on the 40-meter line, crazy. Get your prices right.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's very
Absolutely
one
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, one
Can you
ticket.
imagine spending $180 per ticket,
People will
taking
stop
your
going.
family, $360
I thought you were going to
just
say.
doing a
I thought you were
couple?
going to say family for 180. So I
No,
would have said,
no
okay,
family
fair
tickets. So, sorry, kids, you're not coming with me to Bulldogs para game.
Oh, really now?
Yeah, and watching them lose by 50 to a Titans team.
I'm with you,
that
man.
everyone wrote off.
No, I was saying you're not taking your kids to the Bulldogs para game.
No, because it's expensive ticket. I was making
I
a
was
joke
just
about
making a
it.
joke.
Get general admission.
$40 behind the post.
Not
And
worth
bad
it.
viewing. I'm not a big fan of viewing.
Family of 4?
Nah, per person.
Oh, jeez, what a rip.
I don't like watching behind the post, to be
Why
honest.
so
I'm a
expensive?
bit upper class.
What a rip.
bougie.
Hey, did I miss it? Did Sam Tuavaiti get injured?
He played injured.
Yes, he did.
He was playing with
got
a knee
the
problem.
cat one.
Okay, because he only played for 9
Yeah,
minutes.
cat one. It was an ugly head knock. Really ugly head knock.
Jack DeBellin played 24 minutes for 67 meters. Junior Baulo, 76 meters, played 36 minutes.
What about-
Kitiani Katonga, 85 meters, got hooked at the 57th minute.
He had some really costly errors. He was the one that
was-
opened up the field for Kiana Key.
It was so
You
bad.
might as well put a try assist to his
Gee
name there.
whiz.
But you might as well
Probably
put
get
a
dropped.
witch's hat there, bro. He was like really bad.
He'll get dropped next week then.
I thought Penasini was bad too.
See, he had these moments, but he overplayed his hand, and that's what
way
that
too much.
was my issue. Like, there were some passes that were being pushed. Why were you pushing these passes? Like, play the field
Yeah, the
position.
holder. Yeah.
And they're pushing passes like from their own half as well on the third tackle.
Yeah, like what
It's
was
like-
that?
And especially in the first half, it's like, relax, man. The score's 18-6. Like, there's still 40 minutes to go. Play the high percentage game. Get Mitchell Moses the ball when he needs it. And you're much better chance to win. Like, they threw this game. Not that I thought they were going to win. I tipped
Yeah, we
Titans
took
because
the
I thought they turned the corner and they're playing a more consistent defensive brand of footy. And obviously too many injuries for the Eels in my opinion. But like, I expected better across the park, like more in the effort areas. Even if you lost the game, like if this game was 18-10, I guarantee Para fans aren't going to be upset.
No way.
But 52-10, it's just embarrassing.
Riley
I
Smith
know-
only played 28 minutes.
This is like,
I know they're undermanned, but
nah, now this is 2 games they've lost by 50.
And they're
Like
almost a
50
third.
on them.
Yeah.
They're the worst defensive team in the comp at the moment. This is the most points they've conceded.
Dogs put
I
50
think
on them next
ever
week.
in the opening 6 rounds. I think this is the most points they've conceded ever.
Dogs 50 by next week. I'm going to say yes.
I think they turn up. I think they turn up
I'm
against
going
the
to say
Dogs.
Dogs
Yeah.
50 plus.
Nah, the dog.
After watching Jason Ryle's press conference today, I expect him to be cracking the whip all week at training, and I think
My
some
hot
heads
take,
will roll.
Dogs will put 50 next
Look,
week.
if the Dogs show up like they did against the Panthers, I think we blow them off the park. We just haven't scored 50 in a long time, so I don't know if we're going to score 50. I want to ask you guys: do you think that Riles needs to start the clean out?
I don't think he's got the luxury of cleaning out who he wants. I think he's
They
going to
got
be forced
injuries
into it because he's got like something like 8 or 9 injuries, like first graders.
No, I understand. But even
think
when they come back,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
they still not.
Yeah, he's signing
He,
Saw.
yeah.
He's already
Saw's
started.
coming in.
So he started signing
He's
Saw.
starting, but he's got an issue with recruitment. Like, they're struggling to attract talent to the
How
club.
old's Saw? Everyone thought
31,
he's-
I think.
Is he? No, I thought he was 28.
I thought he was 29.
Maybe.
I tried to say he's signing a 30. I'm like, what? He's only 28.
But still,
he's
he's
struggling.
struggling good.
He's
I don't
struggling
think
with
he's old.
recruitment.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing. I think
reckon I'm right.
I think he changes some positions around, like some people.
Yeah, he's 28, but he's not 29 until after the season.
Yeah.
So really,
It's-
technically, you know,
It's a good buy for him.
it
They
is.
need
You'll give him,
forwards.
you know,
It
it's a
is a
solid
good
buy.
All right, look, great to see the Eels get smashed by 50. It's always a good weekend when that happens, and the Bulldogs win big. The Broncos lost,
won
Melbourne
the
Storm
premiership.
lost. It's been a good weekend. Final game of the weekend, and it was a great game to watch.
Oh, those Tigers.
Tigers pump the Knights 42-22 at Campbelltown Stadium with a packed out 15,221. So
That was a fantastic game to watch.
that was a great game to watch.
this is the game I alluded to before. Like, it was so. I don't think anyone. You went Tigers, yeah? You tipped Tigers?
No, yeah, initially I went Knights, but then about
And
half
then
an hour,
common sense came in.
common sense. I looked, I go, nah, Knights are missing
Yeah.
a few players. Let's go Tigers.
Tigers are playing
Smart
a fantastic brand of footy. Like, they're defensively all in for each other. The last 15 minutes, like they won the
off,
game, so
yeah.
they switched off. Benji wasn't happy with that, which is I love to see it. Like, Benji's starting to grow on me. Sorry for hating on him last year, guys. But
Funny
They
what
did-
winning does, huh?
yeah, it's more the culture thing.
Funny what winning does. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. If they were still losing,
I still think they're going to be scraping the 8.
But you know what?
It's a long
But you know
season.
what? They're winning. They're playing with confidence. And even their fringe players that are getting a run are killing it.
Yeah.
So it seems like they've got depth and they're having a good run.
Yeah,
with injury.
which is
Like-
fantastic to
And they
see.
still got Taylor May to come back and some other players.
Taylor May, Luai.
Yeah, there you go.
So they've played very well.
How about the forklift driver? Excavator driver, Herbie.
Bro!
Herbert.
Patrick Herbert.
Yeah.
Bro!
He hasn't played. He was at the Gold Coast.
Yeah,
Last game,
And then,
2022.
and then he took a year off to get his injuries in order. Or he needed to take. He felt like he needed a year off. And then he played Wollongong. He played in the Illawarra comp last year, and he killed them. Like, absolutely killed them. Because you know what's crazy? He's been playing reserves, and I've been watching some of the West Magpies games. Stafford Tower's on one end. He's on the other. Stafford Tower, he's a classy player. He'd start at most first grade teams. He's on one side killing it, but Herbert's killing it on the other side. He's like, wow, man.
Even today, like,
And I feel like, bro, Stafford Tower could have got a start.
yeah, honestly, I
But
thought
Herbert got given the go.
when I
Wow.
saw Herbert there, I thought it was going to be Stafford Toa instead, but they put Herbert there, Patrick Herbert. And look, he set up a try. He made some barnstorming runs.
like his offload?
Still looked very quick. I loved his offload. That was beautiful. But he still looked very quick for a guy.
He did it a couple times where he just pegged it like a quarterback.
He forgot we're playing rugby league.
It was amazing to watch.
Hey,
I
look,
love that game.
Look, our coach's son's a quarterback, so yeah.
But overall, like, that first 20 minutes of the game was probably the best start I've seen from the Tigers in the last, like,
That was
400
insane.
years.
Yeah, that was insane.
I think it was like 12 sets to 2 sets. The Knights actually saw no ball, and then when they did see the ball,
They brought the rage.
they dropped it anyway. The Tigers were like just levels above the Knights in this game.
Their forward pack today
They
dominated.
weren't just stat padding for the first time.
No, they weren't. So, like, Terrell May.
Except your mate,
Mr.
Alex 12.
third and fourth man.
yeah.
Terrell May played 68 minutes, ran for 224 meters.
Wow, insane.
Fonua Bole ran for 182 meters.
Fantastic.
Fainu ran for 125 meters.
Wow.
Alex 12 ran for 182 meters.
Wow, career best.
Royce Hunt
Maybe he's not stat
ran
paddling.
for 59 meters, even though he was only on for maybe 20 odd minutes, 25
He
odd
scored a
minutes.
try, did he, almost?
Nah, he just
Yeah,
almost.
just missed it.
Yeah.
Herbert scored a try, which is
Yeah.
great to
I think
see.
he had a
comeback.
try assist as well.
Yeah,
He did.
that's
Yeah,
right.
fantastic.
Adam
to Ruba.
Dwayne ran for 230 meters.
Oh,
Bro,
his,
like-
his form is absolutely crazy.
Killed him.
Some of his passing is like elite.
He's toying with it.
Like
It's like he's got
elite.
all the time in the world to pass.
He's seen the game in 4D, bro.
5D Cosby.
Yeah, like
Honestly, I don't care.
he's escaped the Matrix.
To
I'll tell
me,
you
it
that
feels
much.
like he's already elite half compared to Nico Hines. That's what
Oh,
it's
that's not even in the same league.
like. Because Nico Hines, you give him no time, he shits the bed, and he shit the bed since he got exposed.
you
This
know-
guy, give him no time, and he still finds a way to get through.
What I think is very interesting about what's his name Dwayne is that he's doing it consistently.
Yeah, week
Like-
in, week out.
Like, even against tough teams, even when he has tough, like against the Rabbitohs, I thought he was still very good. Even Luai, they were very good. He's against the Warriors, he was their man of the match. Now against the Knights, he was everywhere, bro. He was running, he was charging into the line on 3rd and 4th, and then getting back to make the 5th play after he would play. Like,
you see his passes as well. Like, he digs into the line. He's such a attacking threat that when he runs into the line, he draws in 2 or 3 defenders immediately. But then his passing game is elite. I'm not gonna put him on the same level as Cleary. He's probably better. But
then Cleary,
yeah, well, Galvin's better.
calm down,
Galvin's better.
calm down.
Isn't Galvin better? Galvin won. I'm joking. But Dewey's, in my opinion, if we're just going on form, top 3 halfback of the comp right now.
Yeah, I have to agree
Probably
with you.
top
He's put on more size to his frame. He's very tall. He's about 6'3" almost.
He's hard to tackle. He's got
kicking
put on
game's
his
great.
passing.
Like, can you imagine when Galvin puts on a bit more size to his
Yeah.
frame?
And also his passing is not like shaky. Left to right to left.
I highlighted this last year. Ethan Strange, for a 20-year-old's already got a built body, whereas
right,
Lockie Galvin at the same age, man, once Galvin puts his ties to his frame, which will take another 3, 4, 5 years, oh, man.
He's going to be unstoppable.
Good luck. I touched on this last year in one of the segments, if you remember. Good luck.
Yeah. The other one I have to call out is Jock Madden. He's straightening the attack. Like, he's
playing with confidence.
Jock Johns.
Bro.
Off air.
Jock Thurston.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Off air, we touched on this. He's playing with such confidence that off the dropout, he put a short 10 for himself.
Yeah,
and
that's
if it didn't take for a Croker great pickup, he would have either got it or forced the error. Like, that was a tough pickup, you know. But
must have watched the
he
Sharks
had the
game day before.
confidence. But he had the confidence to pull that off. Like, you'll try that.
This is great.
Man, it just shows, man, when the coach doesn't drop you and he's giving you opportunities and he's instilling confidence.
Shane doesn't drop you.
They never choose you. He just keeps you in reserves out of the way, so you're not a threat to his favourites or his quarterback.
No, it was a great performance. It was good to see Jock Madden like really picking the back up as well.
It was pleasing to see.
And look, the way he's digging into the line, it's really giving Dwayne so much space. Like, it's actually complementing his game so well.
The whole team.
And it's all coming back on the back of their forwards.
Like the whole team.
Their forwards are absolutely killing it. They're creating the platform for their halves.
RP is getting better and better.
Equal first.
Bro, he's killing it.
But their forwards are creating the platform for their halves to work.
I hope they keep winning and you guys keep winning, because then we can have a blockbuster match between you guys.
No, relax. I don't want. I don't want anyone to win.
It'll be at, where's it going to be at?
Our game's Origin affected.
Oh, 60, 70.
No, we'll be Origin affected.
Yeah, we'll be Origin affected.
It's all right. You will have no players chosen. They will either. Knowing Laurie Daly. That's what I'm trying to point out. Almost like, what?
Yeah, Tigers are like on the blacklist from New South Wales Blue Camp.
He's a safe. Laurie's going to choose someone from St. George.
No, what do you mean? Then he'll put freaking Burden on the extended bench again. Just so
Laurie's going to have Clint Gutherson as a backup centre in the camp squad.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, bro.
All right, on to the Knights. Look, I have to say, even though the Knights
Still willing.
they were dominated, but they didn't give up.
And they've shown they can be still a threat this year. They got some willing players. Some that look. That Fletcher Hunt at the end. Oh, he doesn't give up. That guy. He didn't have his best game, but when that bomb went up and he took it, and then obviously and he made a few line breaks.
The fact that they were still there with 15 minutes to go
got
to
some
score
willing
tries,
players,
like
like
I'll take good out of that. And their
Trey
last couple
Mooney.
of performances have been good, but this one, in my opinion, they pack it up and
Yeah, like Tigers
turn
blow
the
them
key,
away.
throw it away. Like
Yeah,
don't
I
think
think
about
they
it.
just move on from it.
Because they got dominated
They
for
showed
60
what they're
minutes of that
capable
game.
of still, like to still not give up. Like Trey Mooney at the end was another try showing that,
Yeah.
showing up the guts, like I know it was too little too late, but they know they're better than that from what we've seen
Yeah,
this
of
year.
course.
So they'll come
of course.
again. Who they got
Because they
this?
score at will.
Elmo, who they got this year?
I don't know who next. Knights? I'm not sure.
Manly, sorry.
I was just saying the Tigers were essentially scoring at will for 60 minutes.
They got the bye. Somebody's got to have the bye this week.
hang on.
Who's got the bye this week?
Dolphins.
No, they had the bye.
No, they had the bye now.
Dolphins. No. Who are we asking about?
Tigers got Broncos. Oh, Knights
Not
got.
the Roosters.
And who's got the bye?
I reckon they're going to pump the Roosters.
Warriors?
No,
Sharks. Okay, good.
Yeah. Look, again, I would say I don't think he was like, they'll be very disappointed because they've been playing well, but they came up against a team on fire and they are missing Dylan Brown and
Kalen Ponga.
Kane Ponga, which are literally their two highest players and they, you would argue their two best players. I don't know if they would have won with them, to be honest.
I don't think they would have won just based on the forward pack.
Yeah.
Like the Tigers forward pack is improved on last year. Like, not that the players have changed, they've just gotten better. They're
Much
more
better.
experience.
Yeah.
They're playing better, defending better, attacking better. Twirls come out of nowhere with like these crazy performances each week as well. I think the Knights are about to be tested, in my opinion.
Good.
I don't think they cliff off and come last,
I don't think so either.
but I do think they cliff. Not this, yeah.
I'd like to reserve judgment on them until Ponga and Brown come back because I think they had a
That's
lot.
actually a good point. I shouldn't write them off.
Yeah, no.
Not yet.
I want to reserve judgment just until they
Yeah.
get those two players back. Then we can say, will they? Because I do think that Brown and Ponga will add a lot to the team. Like
100%.
so
Yeah.
much.
100%.
Like, so I'm interested to see because I still think Sharp's playing well. I don't think they're playing poorly, but you're right. Their forwards were dominated. So like Frizzell only ran for 76 meters. Matt Croker 67.
They'll bounce.
Dylan Lucas 79. Usually plays a lot
very
better.
underwhelming.
Trey Mooney only 49 meters.
Still scored a try at the end, but poor game. Yeah.
So poor game by them, but no, like
They'll bounce back.
they'll definitely bounce
Not
back.
panic stations yet.
Nowhere near.
No, especially they hardly touched the ball in that first 20. That was
Yeah,
insane.
bro,
2
they-
sets.
The game finished at like 57% to 43%
Yeah, there you go.
possession.
Even I think I forgot one of the commentators was saying goes usually possession flips.
Not
This
her,
game
yeah.
didn't.
Nah, they can pack it away this one.
That's a credit to
start
the
again.
Tigers again,
Oh,
like being able
100%.
Start
to
again.
They
maintain
just
that.
maintained the
didn't,
rage.
yeah, couldn't.
Any last thoughts on this round of the footy, guys?
I think this is we had the Dogs upset. Obviously, it wasn't an upset for us because we're the
I
best.
think
Yeah.
we've seen some sides going to a bit of despair, and some sides there's a bit of hope. There's a bit of hope. Like for example, Gold Coast. There's a bit
Absolutely.
of hope.
Yeah.
For example,
Absolutely.
like Tigers reaffirming this could be it.
Yes.
Like as in they cracked the 8.
Yes.
Dragons still in despair. Parramatta joining them in despair. Manly won, but they're not out of the woods yet.
No, they're
You
not
know?
by any stretch. But they're doing themselves a lot of favors.
Yeah, you're right. By
100%.
getting those 2 points,
100%.
that's all you got to do.
Look, my biggest disappointment of the week was that the Roosters won. Otherwise, we would have had a perfect round. Broncos lost.
brutal.
Eels got smashed. But unfortunately, the Eels, the Roosters had to. Well, the Sharks had to shit the bed. But look, thank you so much. We are right at the end of the episode. We've been going for almost 3 hours. So if you are still there, if you are still here, thank you so much. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, do all the very good stuff because we love having you and we're going to continue pumping out this content. We have so much good stuff coming up, so many exciting things happening. Be sure to click the bell icon. But if there's nothing else, gentlemen, we will call it a night. Thank you very much and see you in the next one. Take care.